Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Ish, and welcome to the Relentless Project, where we dive deep into the stories of those who push boundaries and break limits. I just want to take a second to shout out a few companies who've believed in me. These were one of our first official sponsors, so huge shout out. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Carbo Jewelers, established in 1997 on the values of honesty and integrity. Whether you're searching for the perfect piece, need expert repair services, visit Carbo Jewelers in Newark's Ironbound District, where your jewelry is always in safe hands. This episode is also brought to you by Continental Jewelers, proudly serving Hudson County, New Jersey since 1964. Whether you're seeking a timeless piece or need expert repairs, they've got you covered. Visit Continental Jewelers, your trusted source for all things jewelry. You can find them on Instagram at Carbo Jewelers or online at carbojewelers.com. Lastly, big shout out to Carbo Trading. Besides coins, precious metals, and jewelry, if it could be traded and collected, he's probably got it. They can be found on Instagram at carbo.trading. You can find all of our sponsors out online on our sponsor page at therelentlessproject.com. Now let's get started with this week's episode.
What are you going to do if someone kisses you, and you got to kiss him back? You got to kiss him back, bro. I'm not playing. I would stick my tongue in his mouth. I don't care. You got to you got to one-up him. You can't just take it.
You are now tuning in to the Relentless Project. Real people, real stories, real life.
First and foremost, I appreciate you for being here, bro. You're supposed to fight. You're a working man. And now you're here giving me time, so I do appreciate that.
Oh, no problem, man.
Dude, that eye. I have to stare at it. For the folks that because there was a lot of booze when that happened. Not to bring that up, but there was a lot of booze, and I've had a couple eyes and teeth freak me out.
Yeah.
Those two things. Someone bust their teeth.
Yeah.
I get weirded out. Eyes weirded out, and I didn't see what happened. And they're playing the replay. I'm like, oh man, yeah, that could be bad, When I saw that picture posted online, bro, knuckle deep.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know. And I in full discretion, I talked to Hunter about it. I'm like, bro, who do I interview? I don't want to disrespect, because I was interviewing all the winners.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no one won or lost. I don't and he's like, man, I don't know, what do you think? And I'm like, well, I mean, I had Justin last time, I was like, well, let's give the other kid a shot since he's going to get a lot of heat for this shit. Dude was beat up, man. I'm like, I just feel it in his, I'm like, dude, yeah.
It was just starting to heat up and everything.
Bro,
it was just getting, yeah.
Good. You
it
guys
was
got
fun.
the feel?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, Justin's on, this dude's on. You guys had the same record too, right?
I was 7-3. He's 11-6. So it's kind of,
okay.
Yeah. So he got a little more experience, but
I was like, dude, this is it. Started to go, and then some fluke shit happened, which if you're in this world,
it's part of it.
It's part of it. You got to be ready for that. You're going to be the second dude to receive this. This is the official, you know what a challenge coin is? You ever heard of those or seen those?
I've seen them for AA, but yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like
I
AA,
never got
bro.
one personally for AA, but I've seen them.
Hey, well, this is like AA, bro. This is a token. I just started selling merch and stuff, and people are starting to buy it and rock it, and I appreciate it. But this is something you have to earn. You can't buy this. It ain't on the site. If somebody has this, it's because I appreciate what they're doing. I appreciate their drive and stuff. So you're the second dude on the podcast
Sweet,
to get
bro.
that, bro. I'll
That's
put that
awesome.
on your wall or something.
Yeah, for
Try
sure,
to buy a
bro.
beer with it. See how far it gets.
That's awesome, bro. I appreciate it. That's sweet.
And it's and I started that because I was at a training, and some dude came up to me, and dude's just it was a cop train. Dude's tatted from the neck down everywhere. Just no one's fucking with him. No one wants to roll with him. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'll roll with dude. We get a roll in, and then I start rolling with other people and shit, and everyone's avoiding this dude. He comes up to me towards the end of class. He gives me a challenge coin. He goes by funeral. He gives me a challenge coin shaped of a coffin. You survived the funeral.
Gee, what?
Bro, I was like, bro, that's badass.
Yeah, where's this dude at?
He's in Jersey. I was in Jersey for EFC, for Jay's class.
Okay.
And this dude, apparently he's in like a federal law enforcement, not to out him, but I won't say his agency. And the other side was the insignia of that agency. I'm like, bro, this is fucking, this is
dude's a
dope.
killer. Like that
Yeah,
sounds,
bro, in the agency he works in, they put him in and then they take him out. And everything is up to him. And you know, he was telling me, he's like, bro, I give these out. I train everywhere, and like I give these out to dudes who like I connect with. And I was like, bro, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm driving home after I tore my meniscus. I'm like, I got to do that. Like for people I got on that are like just fucking dogs.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. So let's get into your story, bro. I'm sure you've told it a million times on a million podcasts, but this is a new crowd, new folks. What was your upbringing? You're a Pittsburgh dude, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Plum.
I know that. You know how I know that?
How?
Because the dude I partnered with two brothers, and the one dude comes up to me. He's like, "Do you know where he's from?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "I've seen him before." I'm like, "Dude's very active in the fight scene. He trains a lot, and this dude don't do MMA or anything." He's like, "No, I've seen him before." Yeah. He goes up to Hunter and he's like, "Is he from Plum?" Hunter's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I went to school with him."
Who is it?
His name's Luke. Luke Massa something. It's like Casa something. His brother's Nick.
Oh, Coxon.
Cox, is it that easy?
Yeah,
I messed that up.
I think that's who you're talking about.
So they do like video and stuff. They're getting into like his brother does marketing stuff. He's like, I know that dude.
Yeah, I think I know. I think that's who it is.
Fucking small world, bro.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
you're from Plum.
Yeah.
And did you go to school for anything or?
Like college?
Yeah.
No, I barely graduated high school. I had to go to I actually graduated from BCMC, Boys College Middle Campus or something like that, because I was getting in trouble my senior year and I had to like transfer out to get my stuff together. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, you laugh at that and stuff. Like, I grew up troubled too, you know, and I went the college route for other reasons. Ended up sticking to it. But, and it's crazy to see how many people with that past who get into fighting who are like very successful in it. You know, it's like do or die for some of these people. And a cool thing to like mention, people who show up to these fights, right? Like they see you and Cafaro going in. They're there for entertainment. They're there to have fun. They're drinking, they're eating, they're telling you to get off the cage, just stand up, like all this stupid shit. But they're there to be entertained. And Luke was telling me, he's like, bro, it's so crazy back here. Like, you come back behind the curtain and everyone has fire in their eyes. It's do or die. Yeah. Like, everyone's like zoned in. And I'm like, oh, dude, like it's a whole different atmosphere behind the curtain.
Yeah, it's like a 180 flip between what's out there. Everyone's partying, having fun, yelling, whatever they want. And in the back, everyone's laser focused. And you can see some people, they're nervous. You know what I mean? You see it in their eyes.
Do you get nervous? Be honest.
Not anymore, because I accept it. It's like, I like to think about like it's already written. Like my accident, me getting poked in the eye.
Because you're a faith man.
Yeah.
I respect that a lot.
Everything that in this life I feel like was already written before we even had our first breath. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just on the journey. You know what I mean? You just gotta stick to it and keep. You know.
I feel you, man. When I talk, I'm a faithful man. I'm a faith man myself, and I tell people about, you know, when we say the journey's written, our comprehension is that everything's predetermined, right? But it's not, because God's always gonna show up where you're at. He knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen is gonna happen. And someone described it to me like this: if you watch an NBA game or an NFL game, you're at the game, you don't know what's going to happen. You go home and you watch the recording, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's predetermined because it occurred. Mm-hmm. You know, the Bible talks about God was first, God is here, and God is last. He's had the ability to see everything, you know? So it's a cool mindset in the sense of like, what's going to happen is going to happen. If you show up with good intent, going 100%, remaining relentless, premise of the podcast.
Right.
What's going to happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? Oftentimes people get so worried and nervous which is okay. It's a human trait. But then when you start allowing that to start dictating your actions and stopping you from doing things, and that's when it starts to become an issue. And sometimes people get so nervous and scared they just freeze.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it 100%.
Especially in the fight world, man.
Yeah.
Like, not to bring up, I don't even remember their names, no offense, but you know that whole kissing fiasco.
Yeah.
Bro, like that'll fuck a dude's mindset up.
Yeah.
He went in there.
I was if everyone's like, all my friends, what are you gonna do if someone kisses you away? And you gotta kiss him back. You gotta kiss him back, bro. I'm not playing. I would stick my tongue in his mouth. I don't care. You gotta you gotta one up him. You can't just take it.
Hey, let this be a note for anyone who may fight Justin. If you decide to kiss this dude, you getting tongued.
I swear.
That'll fuck me up.
Yeah, right. Right.
But then you go in the ring, in the cage, and you can just see he wasn't there.
Yeah, he was just trying to hurt him without thinking about it. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't, not technically.
He said, I'm going to kiss him back.
Yeah, you gotta win. It's a mental game at that point.
That's going to be like the snippet. That's going to be the beginning. You got to kiss him. I'm going to tongue him. Dude, that's going to get all the clickbaits.
Right.
So you're growing up in Plum. In that time, there's really no fight gyms there, is there?
No, I grew up, I wrestled when I was little until like end of junior high, played football, baseball, little basketball, and then at high school I just started getting in trouble. Unfortunately,
Happens
you know what I
to the
mean?
best of us, bro. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
What got you into fighting?
So it's actually a funny story. I was down at Muscle Maker Grill in Southside. I've told this story 100 times, but
Hey,
I'll tell it again.
101.
Yeah, right. I was down at Muscle Maker Grill in the South Side. I worked for my neighbor at the time, and I was running the kitchen. I was like the manager. Karma Worthy comes into the restaurant looking for a sponsorship, and he's talking about how he's a fighter, he's this, he's that. You know what I mean? And my boss, my neighbor, was, this kid thinks he's a tough kid. Get him into the gym. And Karma's talking to me about the gym. He never thinks I'd show up in a million years. So I go online and I start like orientation or like I fill out a thing to go to the gym, right? And it was later that week or something. And I'm on my way to the gym. My phone dies. I don't have directions to get there. I don't know how to get there. I'm just driving, lost, and I find it and stumble upon it. Go in there, and I was there every day since.
Were you late?
No, I was on time. I was actually early because I'm early like I was for this. I like to be.
Dude, I respect. That tells a lot about a person.
Yeah, I try to. If I'm late, there's a reason. You know what I mean? I try to be like at least 10 minutes early because like.
And I'm awkward with it, bro. Not awkward, but I'm like I'm annoying with it, right? Like if I know I'm gonna be late, hey, running behind, I'm about to be 5 minutes late.
100%, dude. If I was late today, I would have shot you a text.
10 minutes away.
Yeah.
5 minutes away. Parking. Like that's what I did. And people
Yeah.
be like, dude, why you keep texting me? Like just get here when you get here.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because that's the level I want.
Yeah.
You know, if someone's running late, hey,
Yeah.
5 minutes late, or 10 minutes
dude,
late.
If I'm teaching a private, one of my privates, my man Mike DePayne's always late, and I give him crap every time. Like I'm like, the workout's gonna be harder, you know what I mean? But it's he's my boy. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
like, hey, we gotta condense it now. We gotta condense it now.
Yeah. It's time is like, if you say you're gonna do something, you gotta do it. You know what I mean?
Time is the only resource we can never get back.
Yeah, 100%.
And the older I get, the more I start to respect and appreciate that. The time I invest in people, which some people would argue it's a waste, but like I don't think it's a waste if you're trying to invest in someone.
Yeah, and if you do it for the right reasons.
Yeah,
anytime I was talking with someone this week, I feel like anytime you give out good intentions, no matter what you get back, it's gonna be good. Like, you know what I mean? They could burn you, but it's good because you see that. You know what I mean? As long as your intentions are pure. You know what I mean?
I feel that, and often, well, they burned you. That's fine. That's a testament to them, not to me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna keep showing up. You
Yeah.
know, oftentimes, especially you see this with relationships, right? Man, I can't find a good girl. I'm done dating. Then you start just doing whatever. And the girl you're supposed to be with, if you would have just kept trying, she's waiting.
Yeah, if you stayed the course.
If you'd have stayed the course, you'd have
Yep.
found her. Now you fucking around, or you're not dating, and you're focused. And it's like, or careers, right? I can't find the job. Done applying. Why?
Yeah.
You're a good worker? Yeah. You bring a lot to the table? Yeah. Why are you stopping?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
That's how it is with anything.
We see that in fighting.
Yeah.
We see people ready to break through. They're just like, man, I'm not catching a break. I'm done.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, your break was coming, man.
Yeah, you just didn't see. You know, it's already playing. You know, you
It's
just gotta
all
stay
playing.
through the storm, bro. Trust me.
Weather the storm. You ever heard the metaphor of, I think it's buffalo, male buffalo. I think buffalo are male.
Yeah,
But,
I know. You keep going. I know where you're going. But
the storms are coming. All the other animals, what do? They run away from the storm. But the buffaloes know that the best way to get through the storm is literally through the storm because it's
run
clear on
through
the
it.
other side.
Yep.
So they'll actually orient to the storm and go through it so they're out of it faster.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that before.
Dude, and I read that, I'm like, but then you see scripture, you see, people's sayings, famous quotes, and it's like the best way is through the storm. And it's so true because storms will teach you lessons, storms will give you character, storms will build you. It's all about how you approach that storm, right? We oftentimes try to run from the storm, try to run from the hard fights, try to run from the rolls, try to run from, Justin Patton's here today. He's on one. Like, I'm gonna avoid him,
Yeah.
like, dude, go roll.
Yeah.
Get beat the fuck up. Your next roll is gonna be a little bit easier.
Yeah, I've took my fair share of lumps, trust me.
Bro, man, I used to be like that at the gym, man. I'd be like, oh, dude's here. Like, who's smaller than me? Who can I pick?
Yeah, right.
And every time I thought that way, I got paired with the biggest dude or like an upper belt. And I'm like, oh. And then you go with someone like your own size or something, and you're like, oh shit, dude, like
Easy work.
because you did the hard work. Then there's another saying. You will experience. This ain't the saying, but it's the premise of the saying. Like, in life, you will experience hardships. Do you want to coast through life and end on hardships, or go through the hardships now and then coast through life? Because things don't get easier. You just get better adapted to dealing with them.
Yeah, 100%.
That's that. It's that buffalo in the storm.
Yeah, 100%.
I drop bombs on here. I don't even know where we're going with that, but that's the way I roll. So you got into fighting because Kama walks into the gym.
Yeah.
Into work.
Yeah, trying to get a sponsorship. My boss says I'm tough, and I end up going there. I never leave. And then I was through multiple jobs. Like, I quit that job. I got into paving. But I was always at the gym. No matter what, I'd get off work or right to the gym, and just stay there all night, go home, go to bed, go to the gym. And the funny thing is, because I lived in Plum at the time, I'd drive out to Robinson for the gym.
That's a drive.
Yeah. So I would go to work, go to the gym, and on the way home from the gym, I was a young kid. I didn't know nothing about fighting. I thought I was the baddest dude ever. I called my mom on the way home. Mom, I'm going to be making so much money. I cannot wait. You don't understand how bad I am. I go home, hit the bag, think I was, you know what I mean? Little did I know that I knew nothing. You know what I mean?
That's how it be. I grew up fighting every day. And I was working at Golden Corral. And this dude, fucking stalky ass motherfucker. He's like, hey, can you cover my shift today? I'd be like, why? It was always why. He's like, oh, I got to train for a fight. I'm like, oh, you fight? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'll fight.
Yeah.
Not knowing, like, professional fighting.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you fight? Come to the gym. I'm like, oh, dope. Like, I'll come to the gym. I fight every day.
Yeah.
I was stupid, and that's a whole different story. But my mom, like, I fight every day. Like, fight. When I tell you, I walked in that gym, I see these chicks and these dudes just fucking getting after it. I'm like, as soon as the coach came up to me, hey, so I hear you fight. No.
Not a day in my life.
I get into fights, but I don't fight. Oh, I could have swore he told me you fought. Well, let's see what you got. I'm like, dude, I got destroyed. And I was like, dude, I like this.
Yeah, it's like humbling.
Yeah, I'm like, I like this. Like, here's where I thought I was. I'm down here. I started showing up every day, realizing I don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know shit. And I was doing like stand-up, boxing, wrestling. We really didn't have a jiu-jitsu coach. But like some dudes will stop in who train jiu-jitsu, and we do jiu-jitsu. And then I'm like, I become a cop and shit. As years pass, I become a cop. And I'm like, I want to get in this jiu-jitsu stuff. It's the same thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I fight dudes.
Yeah,
I fight
exactly,
dudes, right?
yeah.
Get into jiu-jitsu, and first day, I get paired with a chick, 120 pounds. I'm like, this time I'm like 220. Like, I'll take it easy. That's the fucking mindset I had. Thinking I learned something, right? Like I already got humbled. Like, I'll take it easy. when I tell you she fucking worked me.
Yeah.
There's a point in time I'm standing and I'm getting choked while standing and I'm prying her arm off and then another one comes and I don't know what I'm doing. I've never trained jiu-jitsu, right? Like I just dabbled and I get so gassed and I literally just collapse and the time goes and she gets off. She's like, good work. I'm like, I literally saw death in the eyes. He looked at me and he's like, you better chill because I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you ain't coming for me. Like, I'm going to get through. And then from that day, I'm like, well, here's another thing. Been doing jiu-jitsu ever since. All that to say, careful who you fucking with.
Yeah, I've seen Carly do that to plenty of dudes at the gym. Carly.
So I had no idea she fights.
Yeah, oh, she's savage.
I recognized her, but I thought I recognized her with you.
Yeah.
And then I saw her fight poster. I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah.
I've definitely.
No, she's my retirement plan. I tell everyone that. No, I'm 100% serious. She is one of the toughest people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, she's tougher than any dude that I train with. She's a savage, like mean.
Bro,
tough.
I see it in the eyes.
It's just, dude, it's crazy.
I called her backstage and I was like, hey, tell Justin, catch me after the fight. She's like, I'm like, all right, cool. No jokes for you.
Yeah.
Won't give you my best material. No, but then I saw the fight post. I'm like, oh fuck! I put it all together. I was like, dude, that's just y'all some savages.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like if you don't decide to do the dishes one day, how does that end up? Like,
so there's a funny story about that. So listen about the dishes. We were training one night. We went to go spar wrestling. It was a hard night, right? And we get home. I was home all day because during fight camp, my boss gives me off. I'll work like 1 day a week, make a little side money, and then train. You know what I mean? But the dishwasher wasn't cleaned out, and we started arguing about it. And I was home all day, but it was full, and I should have just ran it. And I was kind of being like a jag off to her about it. And our ceiling leaks when we take baths, like to cut weight, right? I need to get it fixed. It's gonna get fixed eventually.
Well, say you the man to do it, right?
Yeah, right. So it needs fixed, and there's a bucket of water on the floor. I was getting jagged. I kicked the bucket of water across the floor. And she's like yelling at me a little bit. I'm like, no, you're right, Carly. No, you're right. And at this point, she's filling up the dog's water bowl. And I'm like, no, Carly, you're right. Because I started doing this to her to jag her off. I'm like, no, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right. And just like,
I'm sweating.
She takes the whole thing of dog water and just splashes it on me. I literally just get quiet, go upstairs, take a shower, come downstairs, eat my food, and go to bed. I felt like a grounded kid, bro. I was just like, you know what? I kind of deserve that.
For real, you right.
Yeah.
And I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah, like, please don't hit me.
Yeah, but dude, that's like, dude, arguments got to be a whole different. Every couple argues before people are like, we don't argue. Then you're lying.
Yeah.
But arguments got to be a whole different world because you both know, like,
yeah,
I'm about that life.
We're getting better at it. Like, honestly, like, I'm getting better at controlling my temper, and she's getting better at
not swinging.
Yeah, not swinging. Exactly. No, like letting me like cool off, and then we can talk about it later. I'm not like one of those people like if we get an argument, let me calm down because it's not going to be good, and I know that about myself.
I'm the same way though.
Yeah.
Like, but
just give me a second, I'll be cool. Yeah, give me a second, I'll be cool. Yeah.
And then people just like to.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I've been there.
So not to get into your guys' mix, but that's an interesting dynamic. Having a household where both of you are fighters and training. Like, how do you guys manage training schedules? Do you guys train together?
We do a lot of the time. We'll drive to the Mat Factory and stuff. If she got to go coach Waynesburg, she'll meet me there, and then we'll train. But it's actually really good because we'll, like, bounce ideas off each other, different strategies, different thoughts we had about practice, different thoughts we had about our sparring rounds. It's good.
Yeah, because you get another look
from
someone who's, like, embedded with you.
Yeah.
Like, your coaches, obviously, they're, like, Isaac, dude, is a phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, at home, you don't have Isaac.
Yeah.
So, like, you get that constant feedback and she knows you better than your coaches, your teammates. So, I feel like that gives 100%. You, like, a little umph in training and fighting.
Oh, 100%. And plus, like, I'm not gonna lie. If she's watching me roll with someone or spar with someone, I'm not losing. Like, dude, no, I'm not gonna let you beat me up in front of my girl. Except the first. So, funny story about that. The first time we started talking, Nick Brown. I was at the academy at the time, and Nick Brown came to the academy, and he head kicked me and was beating my butt right in front of her. I mean, he does it every Friday, granted, because
It's a
we get on
normal
there on Fridays. But it's Nick Brown. Like, come on, dude. Like, you know what I
You
mean?
better be getting. I mean, it's just survive.
Yeah, no,
Just survive.
that's why I go down there. It's like he just beats me up, and you need that. Like, people are afraid of that, but you need to get worked a little bit.
If you're always winning, are you growing?
Exactly,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like I'll take a loss as long as I know I went in there and gave it everything. You
Yeah.
know, I won't take a loss if I did stupid mistakes or like I want to
Quit on
say
yourself.
I'll own my losses always, but like
Yeah.
I will beat myself up if I'm like, dude, I was gassed.
yeah,
I skipped training. I didn't eat right. Like that's on me. That's when I get like I don't take the loss.
Yeah,
But if I
100%.
go in there and I give it my all, like when I lost to that chick, 120 pounds, I'm like, bro, I fucking came in big headed, and I know better because I've gone down this path before. I still found myself doing it.
yeah,
So I was like, yeah, I own that. Like
Yeah.
I was pissed at myself. She was super nice. It was at Stout. Dude, my first jiu-jitsu at Stout. Out of all fucking places. Class of like 60 people. I get paired with this and I'm like, ate it. And when I say ate it, I'm like, fucking almost ate my teeth. How do
You're
you,
on the drive home like crying and
dude?
stuff.
And like, I told nobody about that story.
Yeah, no, you don't. You
and-
don't until later.
Dude, until I launched a podcast and people were like, and I'm like, you know what? I got my ass beat by a 120-pound chick. So if I can make it through that, you can make it through this.
Yeah,
Like I never told that story. Like, how was your first day of jiu-jitsu? Oh, it was dope. Like we rolled, it was a good time, you know, like something I want to get into.
yeah.
Like, I got my ass beat. Which
Loved every second.
yeah, loved every second of it, but
yeah.
thought about dying a few times. So you work construction now, right?
Yeah.
What type? Like, is there something you specialize in, or you do it all?
Well, we were doing Willie's out in where's it at? Like right above McKnight Road, Perry Highway.
Willie's Tavern?
No, Willie's ski shop.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we ripped all the sheeting off it, resheeted it, put wrap around it, did a bunch of fur to the out, did all this stuff. I like that because it's like a workout, you know what I mean? And I try to like, if me and someone else are working, I'm trying to outwork you. Like it's a little, I don't know why.
Motherfuckers can't even have a day off with this. Dude.
It's
Yeah.
just I'm trying to see like I know I'll work. You know what I mean? Like if we get down to it, I know it's gonna like you know.
Bro, work with Mexicans.
they'll
Dude.
smoke me. No,
No, I like, and that goes. I don't know if it's a mindset that like I try to dissect everything, right? Because I try to learn from it. These dudes will drink all fucking night and show up and put a roof on in record time.
yeah.
I'm like, how?
Yeah,
it don't make sense.
yeah.
Physically, it don't make sense. Do you work out? No. Do you train or go to the gym? No. I work. How the fuck are you
Yeah, right.
outdoing me, bro? Like, I
Right.
like.
In the hot sun too,
Yeah,
no water.
Long,
They don't
yeah,
care.
long sleeve,
Yeah.
playing banda music, just dun, dun, dun. They're up there. I'm like, dude, I'm about to die. And these dudes are sweating tequila,
Yeah.
or Coronas. Yeah, I can say it. I'm Puerto Rican. I can say it. But I'm like, how the fuck? And it goes to show you, like, and I talk to these dudes. I'm like, they're like, well, we got a job to do.
Yeah.
It's not. It's hard. It's like this needs to be done.
Yeah. No, that's how my dad like raised me growing up. Like, you got work to do. You don't stop till it's done. You know what I mean?
My dad raised. Oh no, he didn't. He left.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's a
I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's a
but
joke
you
I
got
use
me
all
with
the time.
that one.
Dude, when I hit people, I'm making like my dad and leave at work. They're just like, do we like? Can we laugh at that? I'm
I
like,
will. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I'm-
My sense of humor is kind of.
we have a good relationship now.
Yeah.
We have a good relationship now. I could joke about it. I'm still waiting for the milk, but how do you balance like working a physically demanding job all day? Because that's not like a 6-hour job. I mean, I guess it depends on the job, but like it's a physically demanding job, and then you got to go train.
Usually we'll get home like 5. Training don't start till 7:30. I might take like a 45-minute hour nap and then just go train.
Just do it.
Yeah, I mean,
The
like,
slogan.
yeah. If I'm tired, then it'll be good. You know what I mean?
Do it
You just-
tired.
Yeah, just do it tired. It's not. You don't need motivation. It's discipline. You know what I mean? Like I talk to Chris Williams about this all the time, about wanting to do things. There's plenty of times that I wake up, my head kind of hurts, my legs are sore. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go train. But guess what? It's better than my mom seeing me get beat up in front of everyone. You know what I mean?
Mom go to fights?
My mom gets to fight. She hides behind
Dude,
stuff,
my
and
mom
she's always holding
never
my
went to
friends.
one.
Yeah, really.
She never went to
My
one.
mom's came to all mine.
She's like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking one in there.
Yeah.
The least you could do is be out here in a
Yeah.
crowd of 10 because
Yeah.
I was fighting like for a little ass promotion, but
I feel bad sometimes because she gets like real. She's been through a lot, and she gets real nervous. And
bro, you're her son. Like
Yeah.
you're her.
yeah,
She gave you life, and you're out here fucking around in a cage
I know.
playing with it.
I know.
That's how parents look at it. That's my mom. That's what my mom. She's like, you out here playing with your life.
Yeah.
One, I'm fucking an amateur. Like, this isn't a serious thing for me. And then I stopped doing it. So it's like I'm not into this.
Yeah.
I tried it. Wasn't for me. She's out here like I'm fucking playing in traffic or
Yeah,
something. I'm
like
it's
playing
all
with
calculated.
grenades
Yeah,
and- yeah.
it's all calculated.
Yeah. The ref's gonna stop before anything really bad happens. Hopefully.
Like that, yeah, like that.
Yeah,
dude.
right?
I'm staring at. I don't mean to stare at your
Oh,
eye,
you're good.
dude.
It's
That
just getting
shit.
redder and redder.
It's like every time you get passionate, it just glows. What were some of the challenges you saw jumping into MMA and never doing anything like? I guess you did wrestle, so I guess it's a little different for you. But what were some of the challenges you saw trying to break into this industry, or you still see trying to break into this industry? Because I mean, you're still chasing something,
Yeah.
right? Like you didn't get what you haven't received what you want out of this. So like, what challenges do you see in the fight industry?
Patience. That was my big thing. Because I always like, you talked about like you got in fights and stuff growing up. But same. And I like treated, when I first got into MMA, I treated it like a street fight. Like you go 100% right away. And I'd hit the bag as hard as I could. And Comm's like, can you do that for a whole round? I'm like, come to think about it, I can.
How long are the rounds?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. We got 30 second rounds.
30 second rounds? I got you, bro.
Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? I'd go all out and burn myself out real quick. And I had to realize the pace and patience. Patience in life, patience in everything, you know?
How long did it take you to find that rhythm? Because I still see it now with, mostly in amateurs, because people are getting into this and learning who they are and how they do this. But you still see it in some pro fighters too. They don't pace themselves, or they go in there and you see them worked up. Like, how did you manage to find that one, that confidence, and two, that like tranquility in the cage?
It took me forever, honestly. I used to think like you had to be like all mad and flexed and like, like angry at the person. It's a job. I treat it like I'm a hitman. Like you're on my hit list, like, and it's not personal. It's just business. Now I do like when people like have like some stuff to say at weigh-ins. That's cool because I'll just be like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. No, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything to say beforehand. I'll talk in the cage. I like to talk in the cage because that's when we're working. You know what I mean? But it took me a while. Like my amateur fights were all amped up and I was all tense. And when I became a pro, I started laying down on the back, taking naps beforehand, relaxing, and just leaving up to God. Like that's honestly what really took the pressure off me. Is like when I started going to the Mat Factory and reading my Bible, going to Bible study, and just realizing that it's all part of God's plan, God's will, and it's all for His glory. This ain't me, you know what I mean? I don't do this for me. Nothing like I don't care about being famous. I don't care about, you know what I mean? I care about my family, providing for my family. You know what I mean?
This is the best way you know how.
And like spreading God's glory, you know what I mean? That's really all, like providing for Carly, providing for my mom, Cam, my dad, everyone that supports me.
I was having this conversation with someone in the gym. They were talking about like, how can fighters claim like God and still like fight and inflict this like pain on people? And like it did get me for a second. I'm like hold on, I guess I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like if you don't understand faith and all that. And it just came to me. I'm like, well, I mean, like look at, you can see the people who like have faith, like how they move and how they maneuver, how they treat their opponent. Like, they tend to be, what's the word I'm looking for? More selfless, right? Like you're not going to go for that extra shot if you don't have to.
If he's out, he's out.
Yeah, and it's just like, and at the end of the day, who are they giving their, like, why? And you can see how they move in person. And I was like, well, when God came and He was here and He hung out with people, like He was hanging out with thieves and prostitutes and tax collectors and the people who needed to hear God's word, right?
Exactly.
Like, what better person to send into a violent, scary industry than someone who is faithful to God?
100%.
You know, you go in this ring, you act a certain way, you talk a certain way. And when I was interviewing someone on the last fights, and I was like, hey, when all the lights are off and the crowd is gone, like, what do you want to be remembered by? He was like, oh, just like, you know, teaching people about Jesus and trying to get them into the Word.
I think it was Gino, right?
Gino, Gino Morelli.
I heard him say that. I like that.
And I was like, dude, that, like, after all this is gone, that's what you want to be remembered by? And I interview a lot of people and I have a lot of conversations with people, and there's nothing wrong with having aspirations. I speak 2 languages.
I think that's right.
Yeah, like having, you know, big goals and like I want to be in the UFC, or that's awesome. Like, cool, like chase that. But like this dude said, like, phenomenal fighter, sleeps a dude, comes out calm, cool, and collected. The way he's talking to people in the crowd, you're like, oh, this is a good dude. You know, he's not in people's face, he's not screaming. I get it. There's an element to that. It's an entertainment industry, which is the way he moves. And we were talking in the gym mid-set. Yeah, we're like 10-minute rest period right now at this point. And but any time I have an opportunity to like talk about God or anything, I take advantage of it, you know, because I'm going to learn, and maybe I plant a seed in someone who's listening or walking by or something. And I was like, bro, like that just think about that. Think of someone who goes through torment willingly in order to just spread a message.
Yeah.
You know, if people were scared, if disciples were scared, or if like people in churches were scared to like, oh man, like I can't go over there. They don't believe in God. Cool. That's where you want to go. I'm not, and I have a certain feeling on Christians who like jam it down people's throats. It's like, hey, this is how I feel. You ask me a question, this is how I feel. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
And I hope one day you find that too.
Yeah, that's what everyone should. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. All right, man. You just don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
I hope happiness.
Sprinkle the seed. That's all it is.
Sprinkle the seed. The rest is up to God.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love talking about God. What drives you to keep doing this? Like you said, to provide. Do you ever reach a point where you're like, man, maybe there's another way to provide? Like he's like, I know that he's looking at me.
My thing is, do you know my list of injuries?
Let's go through them.
Okay, so look.
Starting with the most recent.
Okay, my eye, right? First one. Back in 2014 or something, I ruptured my spleen, right? All night, didn't go to the hospital until the next morning. I woke up with a stomach full of blood. The doctor was like, you could have died in your sleep, this and that. You know what I mean? I had a fatty liver at the time because I had, what's that kissing virus you get as a kid? Mono. I had mono in high school. It had caused me to have a fatty liver, which caused my spleen to enlarge. I go to the doctor. The doctor says, you should quit fighting. You should never fight again. My mom looks at me. She said, are you going to do that? I said, no. What? I don't care. Like,
who's this doctor?
Yeah. What does he know?
Yeah.
You know,
what
he
does
went
he
to
know?
school. Like, you know.
So did I.
Yeah. Right.
High school, but still.
Right? Yeah. Right. So that was like one of the first ones. Me and Shaka Worthy were boxing with our shoes off, and his foot went over top of mine. My bone ripped through my skin. I separated my toe. My toe was just hanging on when the bone was out. That was another one. Stayed a night in the hospital there.
You like degloved your toe.
Yeah, dude, it was nasty. All I remember was it was the end of the round, right? Beep, beep, beep. And then John DeJesus was right next to me. He's like, don't look down. So I'm like, all right, look down. Bro,
You didn't even feel it?
No, it didn't hurt at first. It didn't hurt until I got to the hospital and they're pulling on it and stuff. And the worst part is I had to sleep with it. They pulled on it and just bandaged it up. I had to sleep like that because the surgeon wasn't coming in until the next morning. Dude, it was terrible.
You just chilling there, like
In the
with a
hospital
toe?
bed all night. Yeah, it just wrapped up. Terrible. Terrible. And then I'm not like pain meds like is not me type of deal.
I'm the same
like,
way.
I don't never in my life like nope. But the next morning they were like, yeah, well we could have gave you pain medication at night if it was hurting. It obviously was hurting. Like you know what I mean?
If it was hurting.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you think? This don't hurt?
Yeah, right. It's just, my toe's not attached.
That's because you in there like just like fuck.
Yeah.
And like when I'm in extreme pain, I like shut down. Everything's internalized. You know, like when I tore my meniscus, I'm like, it's a sprain. It's a sprain.
Yeah, you try to talk yourself and make
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah,
like, it's a sprain. Like my buddy's in Brooklyn and I'm in Jersey for this class. And he's like, yo, you trying to, like, it's your last day here. You trying to go out? Like, duh.
yeah,
Duh. So I take some ibuprofen and take some liquid courage and some tequila, you know, both great mix. You probably shouldn't do that together, but I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm like limping, but I'm like, oh, it's a sprain. It's a sprain. Bro, the next day when I woke up, my knee was like
oh
a
yeah,
softball. I
Yeah.
couldn't stand on it. I like my leg, the way I was laying, my leg was like this on the bed, and I went like this to roll over. Dude, it just shot. And I'm like, I don't think that's a sprain. I was like, fuck, I don't think that's
Did you
a
get
sprain.
surgery?
Yeah. So I'm a month out of surgery.
Okay.
July 10th, August 10th. 2 months out of surgery.
Okay.
This happened in March. And I still have to drive 7 hours back
By yourself?
from Jersey by myself.
Oh my god.
Dude, so I got my suitcase and like I stayed at his parents' house. They live in Jersey. So like I Ubered from, that was a night though. I'll tell you what, I ended up like I forget what, some major club by myself. Like lost everyone.
With one leg.
But like that's how I am, bro.
Yeah.
I started and everyone like left, phone died. I'm like, well, I can't text out. Everything's green. Either there's no service or their phone died or whatever. I was like, oh, fuck it. So I started partying. Then I get an Uber. I'm in the middle of fucking Manhattan by myself. I don't know anything. And I'm like limping and I hate looking injured in public.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, yo,
that's
I'm
right.
an easy ass fucking target.
Yeah.
And that's almost, I'll lose this leg before I lose a fight in the street of fucking Manhattan. Get an Uber, go. I'm like taking my, and they live in this, his parents had this beautiful house, like marble staircase. I'm like, doom, 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 throw my suitcase down, limping down, doom, 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 loading that shit in the car. Once I get in the car, I'm driving. I can't even like move from gas to brake. I'm just holding my leg with my left foot on the brake. I'm like, it's an easy drive. It's like one major
It's
highway.
straight, yeah.
Bro, cars are cutting me off, and I like, fuck, motherfucker. Dude, I couldn't even get gas, bro. I crawled out of the car, put gas. I had to pee so bad, but I could not walk from the gas
Inside, yeah.
to inside. So I literally got back in the car and just drove.
You should have just did the bottle, bro.
I couldn't get a bottle,
Yeah.
bro. I just
Yeah, right?
started pissing out the window.
Scooping it.
Dude. So I like I text my boss a picture. I'm like, hey, don't be mad. I think I did something to my leg. Then she's like, you need to go to the ER right now. I ain't going to no fucking ER in New York or New Jersey. I'll go when I get back. So I
Yeah.
make this drive, and as soon as I get there, she's waiting for me in the parking lot because I had the department car. She's like, you're going to the ER right now. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Go to the ER. No X-ray. No, they did X-rays. No MRIs in the ER. The fuck is the point of an ER?
Yeah.
She's like, we'll refer you to an ortho. We're like, we can't even look through the X-rays. There's a lot of liquid. So we can give you an ibuprofen.
I've been taking that.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, whatever. And then they give me crutches. I'm like, I ain't using them fucking crutches. I got to stand up. Oh, I got to use them. Go to the ortho. He's like, oh, yeah. He does his thing. He's like, it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. I'm like, it's just in my head. I'm like, it's a sprain. Fucking told. I knew it.
Yeah.
It's a sprain. So we're gonna do an MRI. Do an MRI. Next week comes in. He had looked it over. He comes. Dude's a fucking boss, dude. And I will say his name, Akavon from AHN,
Is that where's that at?
Wexford.
I think that's who did Carly's.
Dude's a fucking pimp, bro.
Yeah.
In this suit, comes in. He knows what I do for a living, so he's like real straight with me. Sits down, puts his arms crossed, and he's like, "That dude owes you money. You're fucked." I'm like, "Oh, like how fucked are we talking?" So, oh, there's no chance of repair. I can't say that now. We have to go in with the cameras and the scope, but yeah, no chance of repair.
They just took it out.
So yeah, but I delayed it. I delayed the surgery because I was talking to these folks from Totem. They gave me a whole bunch of like, dude, they're like, hey, can we FaceTime? I'm like, dude, let's just talk on the phone and tell me what I got to do. Like, oh, we should FaceTime. Glad I did, bro. They had an entire whiteboard of shit to do before the surgery, supplements to take, kind of like a prehab.
Yeah.
So I delayed my surgery, and I guess it healed more than anticipated. They only ended up taking 20% off.
Okay.
So still got it.
Yeah, that's what Tom Kaiser works with those dudes at Totem, I think.
They're like in Bridgeville.
Yeah, they know their stuff. Yeah.
Dude, they're talking to me. They got the whiteboard up. They got all this kind. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but it's making sense.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, it's making sense. You know, something about the blood to the knee at my age, which kind of offensive. I'm only 31, but like yeah, but most surgeons will just elect to remove it because they're going to have to remove it eventually.
Yeah.
Because the majority of surgeries they do is for regular people.
Yeah.
It's not people who are training or have to.
Yeah, it's gonna retear.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck, all right, I'll trust you guys. Glad I did. Apparently I tried to break out of the hospital during the surgery. I don't remember that. But what was it going with that? See, I told you, bro.
That's wild.
Injuries. Oh, so like, yeah, injuries.
My toe, right?
Your toe. Crazy.
I was sparring with Mark Jericho, put me with this new kid to spar. I was going a little harder than I should have. I hit him with a knee, and I seen this look on his face after I hit him with a knee, like, oh, we can knee. He knees me right in the junk. I lose a testicle.
You got one nut?
Swear to God. Yeah.
Have you ever told this story before?
Oh yeah. Everyone knows. Dude, listen,
Not everyone.
so I was a little wild when I was younger into fighting. I took a picture of it, my swollen one, before they took it, and put it on Facebook for everyone to see.
Bro, you posted a nut on Facebook?
I kind of like
flagged now.
I kind of like blurred it out a little bit, but dude, it was
No one knows what that is.
yeah, right.
Here's my half a sack.
Yeah,
Dude, so I got so many questions. I don't even think it'd be appropriate. Like, does it feel the same?
I mean, sometimes I don't even notice until people tell me. Like, dude, my brother used to always when my nephew was younger, I'd go over and he'd be like, "That's Uncle missing one, Uncle missing one," and I'd never like my family will never let me forget. Like it's just any joke they can about missing a ball, it's on me.
I won't drop the ball on this one. I don't think I ever talked to someone with one testicle.
Yeah.
But that's a relentless first.
Yeah.
I need the air horn.
Right.
Mr. One Nut.
My thing is, imagine going in the cage with a dude with one testicle and he beats you.
Half the testosterone. No, I don't work that way. But like you got nothing to lose.
Yeah. That's so I have one to lose. Yeah.
But you got to protect that with your fucking life.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my thing.
If I was matched with you and they're like, hey, just so you know, he only got one testicle and he ain't losing it. I'd be like, bro, can I just DQ out, like miss weight or something crazy?
I wear my cup for every training session now, dude. I swear.
You save money on that? Like half a cup?
No, I got one of them diamonds. Yeah, that's funny. I had to think about it for a second.
Dude, that blows. Hey, okay. Let's. Now I'm interested. Fucking and other injuries you.
That was like 2017, 2018, 2020. I herniated my back, L4, L5, S1. That was one of the worst injuries.
And you still push through this, given all that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I already sacrificed so much. What if I quit now, dude? All that was for naught. You know, that's my biggest thing. Like, if you think about that, like, you know, I suffered through all that just to quit. Like, you know, like that's my biggest.
All right, what do you tell the people who are like, yeah, but you have so much else to lose?
Yeah, I guess so, but like,
I got another thing to lose.
Nah. That's what my one buddy at the fights was giving my mom stuff. He's like, this man just can't keep his balls intact because of my eyeball. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that's messed up. He was giving me crap.
Keep all circles away from this man. Or give them to him.
Yeah, I need them. Yeah.
No, that's not funny. But it goes to show you why. Like, why do you still do this?
I love it. There's nothing else. You go out in front of everyone and just get this display, like that moment. You're in the moment, and that's the closest I was saying with Pittsburgh Flyover that like this is the closest I feel like to God. Like you can feel it in that moment. The weeks leading up to the fight, and you're praying, and it feels like He's answering your prayers, and you're asking for protection. You're asking to, you know what I mean? I never asked for victory. I never once prayed to give me a win. Do not. I pray that I perform my best. I pray that I perform for His glory. I pray for my family. I pray for anyone that's sick or anything. You know what I mean? I never pray for victory because, you know what I mean? I don't want to hand it a victory. I want to perform my best for His glory. You know what I mean?
That's a great way to frame it, or not frame it. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, and you mentioned that's the closest you get to him, and it makes me think of like when I went skydiving, right? Like you go through these series of emotions and adrenaline dumps and everything that we were designed to be and feel, and all at one time. How could you not, you know, believe in God and appreciate what He does when you're like, you're looking death in the face. That's your meeting with death, you know?
Yeah.
Like people, these adrenaline junkies who jump off bridges and do all this crazy, you're like, why? And it's like, because there's this thing that comes alive inside of me when I'm doing this. And I guess that's the whole premise of life. What do you enjoy doing so much that you get that feeling, that just like feeling of alive?
Yeah.
And how do you feel alive if you're not staring death in the face?
Yeah. And that you're willing to sacrifice anything for.
What do you stand for? What do you stand on?
Yeah.
This is it. I'm
Yeah.
willing to die for it.
Exactly. That's what me and Isaac's big thing was before this fight is. I'm like, I'm willing to die in there every single time, dude. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid it doesn't happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I would
There's
never
still a
want
lot
my
to
mom
do.
to go through that. But I'm willing to every time. It's what I signed the contract for. You know what I mean? The ref's in there just to make sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the only thing stopping me.
Right? Chip.
But it is interesting, man, and it's like, yeah, what are you willing to die for? What do you stand on? But then from that comes like character, morale, discipline is built. Like when you find that thing, you will go the whole way for. I feel like that's when you start to live.
100%.
You know what I mean? Oh, deep depth.
100%.
And I like, and you can, and people like that just move differently. Like you ever meet someone and you're like, something's off about this dude, or you just don't remember them.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you ever meet someone like one time and that person is just drilled in your head.
Yeah.
And you can't put your finger on why.
Just their energy, the way they move, the way they talk, everything.
Something, dude. I had that I just had him on the podcast. His podcast dropped, Ivandro. He was my instructor for a 5-day class. And I'm like, dude, this fucking... And first thing he asked is like, oh, who trains here? You know, I raised my hand. This was years ago. He's like, oh, what belt are you? I'm just a white belt. That's what I said. Stops the whole fucking class. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, what? Like, if everyone here, I was like, upper belts? Like, he's like, why just? I'm like, what do you mean? Why just a white belt? I couldn't answer him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a white belt. He's like, you're training? I'm like, yeah. At that point, it was every day. I'm like, yeah, every day. He's like, you love it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you feel empowered? Yeah. Why do you train? Well, because my job, it calls me to train. Like if I'm going to show up my best at my job, this is something that I feel I need to do. Why just? Dude, from that moment on, I was like, anyone I get paired with, I'm fucking you up because I am just this fire.
Yeah,
dude.
you're
like,
on fire. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fucking you up nicely. But perfect example of a person like that, right? And you see a lot of these characteristics in fighters and people who do just crazy shit because it requires some sort of like insanity.
Yeah, almost like a missing screw or something.
Yeah, to do this stuff. But then when you talk to people and hear their why and what they stand for, you're like, fuck yeah. But the same thing goes to show. I met someone, I was at McDonald's. Okay. I eat McDonald's. I dabble.
I do sometimes when I'm not in fight camp.
Professional fighter.
I get a little fat.
Dude, you just...
I'm known for getting fat.
McDonald's sales just went up. What's your McDonald's order?
Oh, dude. So you want to hear some fat stuff?
I guarantee you I'll do you.
I'll get a quarter pounder and then like a McChicken and put them together.
A McGangbang.
Bro, that's my stuff, bro. I'll take the
Dude, that's what I get that with a 20-piece.
Oh my God, I don't do the 20-piece. I'd be throwing up.
Dude.
That's awesome though.
When I was dirty bulking, I was like 240 at this point. I was just like massive for no reason at 5'7", so I was like a little bowling ball.
Yeah.
I was like, I had it in my head like, oh, just calories, which is not the way to go. There's so many bad stuff in that food that if you eat it regularly, it kills you slowly. I was at a point, I'd go get McDonald's breakfast, right before lunch, I get a they call it a McGangbang. It was a double quarter pounder with a McChicken in it, a 20-piece, a large fry, a spicy Sprite. McDonald's has the spiciest Sprite in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I will fucking die for
Tastes
that.
like static.
Dude, you get channels when you drink it.
Yeah.
It is the best Sprite I've ever tasted. Then for lunch, I'd get Chick-fil-A. And then a couple hours after lunch, I'd eat either like Burger King or Chipotle. That was in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
I'd put in like 6,000 calories. People at work will look at me like, you are disgusting.
That's like, dude, that's me when I do that for, my nutritionist is getting on me about it now, but I do that for a couple days after my fights. Just like, I'm like, well, I can eat now. I'm going to eat everything I can. And then
you get to.
Yeah,
Like, you get to.
Yeah.
You just
enjoy it for a little bit. Yeah.
Perform.
I'll lose the weight, bro. That's I'll eat something and tell Carly, I'll lose the weight.
We're more concerned with your heart.
Yeah.
Like,
But
how's your heart?
I'm not worried about that. I'll lose the weight.
Yeah, my heart's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an interesting question because I never understood this. Guys and girls cut so much weight for their fight. And then you get 24 hours usually, and then they just put it back on. Do you have like something you do every fight to put weight back on, or is that not like a goal for you? I've seen dudes put on 10 to 15 pounds, like just ridiculous.
I
You?
put on like 20 pounds at least.
How?
Pedialyte, water, and so when I got home, we weighed in at 1 this time. I got home, I waited a little bit because you got to wait. You can't eat right away because it gives you the runs. And I waited. I ate like a chicken, rice stuff, right? Waited a little bit longer. Ate steak, potatoes. Waited a little bit longer. This is all at night. I ate eggs and toast, and that was. I think I ate one more time that night, right? The next morning I woke up super early. I woke up like 6, maybe earlier. Ate, went back to bed. Woke up again. Ate, went and did my shakedown, like shakeout. Ate again when I came home. Took another little nap. And then ate before I went to the venue. So I ate 8 times before I went to the venue to fight. And it's all like, but they're all like meals that I was already eating during fight camp, so it's not going to mess up my stomach. I'll take some digestive enzymes to help me digest it. You know what I mean? And as long as you're not eating as long as you don't go out to eat like stuff that you weren't already eating, you should be fine.
Yeah, bringing in something new to.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, it don't make sense.
I ate like
but
8 times. I probably drank like 6 Pedialytes.
you don't get like bloated or
That's why I take the
uncomfortable? Okay.
digestive enzymes. I will at first, like your first meal, you get a little bloated.
It's gonna be painful.
Take a little nap, get up, eat again.
I mean, I love to eat.
Me too.
If you couldn't tell, but like that always intrigued me because you'll see some people, they'll put on a couple pounds. They look fuller, they look hydrated, which you're dropping a lot of water weight to make weight, and then you just see some dudes who just like pack it on.
They blow up, yeah.
And you know who the fuck exactly who I'm talking about. He's gonna watch this and listen to this, and he's gonna be like, "This motherfucker's talking about me." I mentioned his name, but he knows what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
I probably know, yeah.
We talked out there. I mentioned his name. That
Okay.
motherfucker put on like 30 damn pounds after, like, come on. But so it was always intrigued me because I'm like, it takes a special sort of discipline because anyone would think you just eat.
Yeah.
Well, you get sick.
Yeah. You got to eat like,
Portion.
yeah, portion what
And
you're
then-
already eating. Don't get like some crazy. I used to go as an amateur. I used to go to Chipotle and get Chipotle and it mess up my stomach. You know, I go to Olive Garden afterwards.
See, I'd be eating Chipotle in my fight camp, so I'd be good.
You could, honestly, if you're already used
Like,
to it.
yeah, what's your prep? Chipotle.
Yeah. They prep it for me.
Yeah. What's my prep? I have a dietitian. It goes by Chipotle. No, I'm not used to. I still love it. And then good friend of mine, he's always healthy as hell, but like ruined that for me. He's like, do you know the oils and the stuff they put in that? I'm like, what? I'm like, rice, chicken, steak. I'm like, it's healthy. Lettuce. He's like, look up the stuff they put in there. I was like, nah. Go home and I look it up, and I'm like, fuck.
All the like seed oils and stuff.
Dude, all this stuff that inflammation, clogs your arteries. Like, I'm reading this while I'm eating my bowl of Chipotle, and I'm just like, this is crazy. And I'm just...
Still eating it. Yep.
So people look at me like, well, how are you so... I'm not disciplined. That's why I talk to people who are. so I can pull from it.
I'm disciplined as soon as I sign the contract. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's
Like
that's money, bro.
I am not like when I'm getting ready and I'm training, I'm disciplined. You know what I mean? But as soon as I sign the contract, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I might have like one little snack here and there. You know what I mean? But it's nothing like I don't smoke, don't drink, don't. As soon as I sign the contract, because it's a job and it's you got to perform at your best.
I want to talk about smoking, but people get fucking weird about it. Because I know a lot of people who, in states that it's legal, that's my fucking warning thing for all you weirdos. In states that it's legal recreationally, they'll fucking smoke and train and fight and not miss a beat.
Yeah.
How?
I feel like it's just they're so accustomed to it. You know what I mean?
It's like it becomes a part of their.
Yeah, they probably
their
do it every day, and they probably do it before training every day. You know what I mean?
like high rollers,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah. That'd be fun.
dude, that there's so many things I want to say.
Yeah.
If I were to dabble in that as a younger teen, I don't know how people function.
Yeah. No, when I was younger, I used to smoke, go train, whatever. I can't do it anymore.
But like,
I barely even
you don't
smoke
just want
anymore.
to chill and eat. Nothing
That's
about
so
that.
that's why I don't during fight camp, like, because I'll just start eating, and then you have like I noticed as I got older, when I used to smoke when I was younger, it used to be all like, yeah, I'm so prepared, this and that. As I got older and I smoked, it was the opposite. Am I doing enough? Is this dude out here outworking me? Should I did this? So I stopped, and that all went away. You know what I mean? Because you don't need that doubt. That doubt, it's a liar. First off, you know what I mean?
Anything that's gonna put that doubt in your mind, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
if you can eliminate a lot of that stuff, like skipping. I can skip today. I did 2 days yesterday.
Yeah.
What'd you do today then?
Yeah.
Oh, I laid on my couch.
Yeah.
Rested. Did you though? Because you ate bad, you consumed bad stuff. Like,
Right.
now you're laying at night like I should have trained. And that's like when I missed the gym, and like I've been going through some stuff lately, and I've noticed it's affected how I approach the gym. Like I'm responding to emails now at the gym. I'm looking for podcasts to listen to at the gym. Like I'm making excuses to like have a longer rest because I just don't feel like.
Yeah.
And then
No,
after I'm so miserable, like, wow, I really wasted that. I go usually hour and a half, 2 hours. I wasted that 2 hours at the gym.
that session. Yeah. No, I feel you 100%.
There's like, I kind of want to just like put my phone on airplane mode
And just go
and
at
go
it.
quiet.
And go at it. Yeah.
And I've been doing that lately, and it's like, it's a whole different world.
You're locked in. Yeah. That's
You're-
a way better. It's a way better way to be.
When you train, do you train with music or do you train?
It depends because I'm usually at the factory and someone will put on music usually, and then at Chris will put on music or I'll put on music.
I personally have a bone to pick with them at Factory
Why?
because they made me throw up.
Did you go there and train?
I went there to film Isaac.
Okay, and you started training.
And then I wore a gi. Oh no, I wore no gis. I wore rash guards. I thought it'd be cool for the episode.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, dude, you ready to train? Let's go train." As if I'm gonna look Isaac in the face and say no.
You don't tell Isaac.
It's
no.
disrespectful.
No,
you know, it's like
you just don't. He
yeah,
doesn't
it's
give
like
you an option.
if my mom offers you food, she's a Puerto Rican woman. If she offers you food, throw it away when she's not looking. Like you're not gonna say no.
You're taking it home.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, bro, let's get it. Who's in there? Cody Law, Cody Gamble. Like, I'm like, dude, are you like? This is me. This is a drop in for me.
Yeah. Sink or swim time.
Oh, I sank. I sank hard.
As long as you made it through, you know what I mean. That's
And I'm
all
like,
it's
I have like a hernia, right? So I'm like getting worked. Obviously, Cody Gamble. People think I'm big. This kid is like,
yeah.
what, 260?
I do.
270?
He's a freak human being.
He's a
Yeah.
brick shit house.
Yeah.
And moves like he's 130 pound. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're starting slowing into it. And we start getting after it. Now we're switching and this and that and that. I'm at a point when Isaac has the fucking nerve to look at me. He's like, "Hey, we're next." I'm like, "You're training Cody Law. Like he's got to like you got to focus on that, bro." And I feel like it's my hernia. And I'm like, finally we're resting. I'm on the wall. I'm like, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm like, dude, I don't feel right. Go outside to puke. I'm like, nope, wasn't the hernia. Just Positis leaving my fucking body. And Isaac's quick. There, he had it all on video.
Yeah, I believe it.
Me
I believe
throwing
it.
up.
He's made me throw before. He does this thing like when you're hand fighting with him. If you're not in shape, he'll get your heart rate so high and not let it go back down that you start to freak out a little bit, and then you freak out more because your heart rate won't go back down, and then you throw up.
So it's like panic sets.
Yeah, dude, he's done that to me before, and I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom right now.
He messes with them. I didn't even make it to I ran right outside. I ran right outside. He grabs Cody's old lady's phone and just starts filming me. He's like, this is what happens when you come to the Math Factory. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker.
He's not wrong. That's happened plenty of times.
I've always said it, bro. I've always said it. The Math Factory breeds just dogs. Like, I don't know how to explain it. There's dogs in every gym, don't get me wrong. But when I think Math Factory, I'm like, dude, everyone there's just dogs.
It's just
like,
the leadership that we have.
just going.
Yeah.
Like, go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I get sucked into training. I should have been like, no, because
It was
you
a
don't make
good
excuses.
experience, though. You know,
No, it was dope, man.
Yeah.
Like, I obviously wouldn't change a thing, but
Yeah,
if I could help, not
when
to
when your knee heals up, come back on Sundays.
So what I want to do after this training, like, I know everyone meets up at Stout on a certain day, and then everyone goes to the Math Factory on another
Sundays,
day.
yeah.
And I was like, I want to like get into that. You know, like I'm talking to a lot of you folks. It'll be good to get good looks. Roll with the people I'm talking with. You know. So that's definitely something I do want to do.
Yeah.
You know, get your ass kicked and get it kicked often.
Yeah, but dude, let me tell you, like Sundays at the factory, you'll get worlds better. It's just like the best of the best from all around the city, all around. People come from West Virginia, people come from Uniontown, people come from Erie. We just meet up there and go at it.
My old stomping grounds.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, grew up in here. I like that. When I talk about the MMA community in Pittsburgh, it's so fascinating because you get in a cage or you get on a mat and it's like Stout versus Math Factory. And then you go to the back and everyone's congratulating everyone. And it's like, hey, you coming to the gym? And it's like all the cross training that happens. All the, you know, if someone big comes in, you got Isaac training them. And then they'll take them to like Warren and Mike. And then like they get a piece of all the good stuff that Pittsburgh has to offer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they want to see everyone win.
Yeah, 100%.
But when competition time comes, it's like,
yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Like we'll see. I've poured in, you've poured in, here we are.
Yeah.
You know, that's dope to me because that's a good approach to life, right? People tell me, because I've helped people start podcasts and people asking for advice on why are you helping people start podcasts? Why won't I?
Yeah.
This is 1 hour or 2 hours of someone's week.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck am I to gatekeep something? If they push something out better, guess what? Now I got to be better.
Yeah. And like, I think 50 Cent said it, what you eat doesn't make me shit. You know what I mean? Like, what you eat, for real. I think 50 Cent said it in the song, for real. But if that's for real, like,
Never heard that, but yeah, no.
What you eat, you can go eat whatever you want. It doesn't make me, you know what I mean? Like, it's good for you. And it's the same thing I said about the energy. If you're giving good energy back and you're helping people, it's gonna help you grow. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to like use that in the next episode, bro. What you eat don't make me shit, and just go and see what they look at.
Yeah,
like,
right?
like, hold on, what?
Yeah,
that
right.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Right.
Who are some? Obviously, you've mentioned your coaches. Who are some people? Is there anyone in this industry that you like try to emulate, or are you just doing your own path? That was a stupid question. Is there anyone you look up to that keeps you going in the path that you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of role models I've had along the route. First it was like Mark Cherico, Kama Worthy, you know what I mean? Now it's more like Isaac Greeley kind of steers me in the right direction. Chris Williams, Chris Dempsey, Nick Brown a lot. Like Nick Brown's like, him and Isaac are on the same page with like just being good all around dudes. Like that dude would do like he's just such a great dude. As far as like in the UFC, my buddy, you know Alan, used to train at Stout.
What's his last name? Ooh,
Put him on the spot.
No,
Alan.
I forgot Chris Dempsey's name on an episode, dude. I'm sitting
Alan,
here.
I want to say Alan Liu, but now I might be wrong, and he's gonna be like, dude, you really didn't remember my last name.
That's all right. I fucking
let me look it up
texted
real
Chris immediately after the episode. Before it even aired, I'm like, bro, I fucking completely botched your name. I couldn't remember your last name. He started laughing. He's like, yeah, no, I do that shit all the time. I'm like, all right, cool. So when we see each other, it ain't on sight.
Yeah, right.
Like
Please,
it ain't on sight.
please.
Dude,
You gotta protect my neck.
Yeah, when he got into it at one of the Bippies, I'm fucking like trying to keep him back. I'm like, dude, like,
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
So, cause someone else, like 2-3 other people, come help me. Like, ain't nobody stopping. Yeah, see if he wants to do something. Like,
yeah.
just so fucking funny how nice and how he carries himself. But like,
Yeah.
you piss off anyone at most of these gyms, like you can take over a small city.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
Isaac
think of
always
that.
says. Isaac's always like, I feel like with the team we have in here, we could take over a small country. And I'm like, everyone's like, yeah. Like, dude, he gets you going.
Bro, someone said it. They said if you had 3 solid dudes, this was a dude who said it. That's why no sexism going on. 3 solid dudes who are about that fucking life, you can take over a city.
I believe it.
And I'm like, but they got to be like
Down.
down hitters.
Yeah.
Like, you start thinking about, think of like, if you had 2 more of you, like what you can do with that.
We take over Plum at least.
Bro, Plum's on lock.
Yeah, right.
If you're thinking about Plum, it's out of question.
Yeah, right.
No,
I didn't
and
even
it just goes to
draft
show
it.
you, like, who do you surround yourself by? Like, who do you surround yourself with? Are these people down, right? Like, growing up, I had a lot of friends, right? I was involved in stupid shit, and the older I got, the more I realized, like, they're not here for me. They're here for what I can provide them. Once that is gone, will they remain? Well, then I changed my life. I became a cop, and all these people disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, motherfucker, I literally, hypothetically, almost killed for you at points. And y'all just bounced because I changed. I got a job.
Yeah.
Like, I understand if I like came out of the academy, like, what you doing? You know, like those fucking
like a
dudes who got
different
bullied
dude,
growing
yeah.
up. It's like same dude, same approach, all love. But I have dudes still that if I texted them right now, and this happened, dude, there's some dudes fucking around at my mom's house up in Erie. And he's my little homie, he's still living in the hood. I text him like, yo, I hate to put you guys in anything, but like, can you go to my mom's house? Apparently some dudes are fucking around outside or on her porch. My boy, who's a cop, calls me. Hey, we got 3 dudes sitting outside your mom's house. I'm like, what are they doing? Oh, they're just sitting here. I'm like, did you ID them? Nah, they won't give us information, so I just want to let you know. So I'm like, 3 dudes. I sent 3 dudes over there.
Yeah.
So I text my homie. I'm like, yo, you my mom? She's like, yeah, yo, the police here. I'm like, bro, just tell them you're with me. You're cool.
Yeah, tell them I sent you.
So I text my boy. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
they're good. He's like, you
Yeah.
sure? I'm like, yeah, no, they're good. So they leave. I call him. I'm like, why didn't you just fucking say I sent? He's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I ain't want to throw you out there.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking cop. You can say it.
Right.
He's like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't rap. You sitting on a porch getting fucked with, bro. Say something to me like, yo, the cops here. Can you like?
Yeah.
But
You're
like,
just
it goes to
dealing with
show you
Yeah.
type of friendships you develop, right? And like, if you can have that circle, dudes who just ride for you, die for you. Like, their mission's your mission, your mission's their mission. You guys are building each other up. When you're fucking off or you're slacking, they're there to pick you up, right? Because we're not all 100% as much as
or
we
to
want to
hold
be.
you accountable.
Or hold you
'cause
accountable, right?
You need friends that'll check you. You know what I mean?
I do not fuck with yes men.
Yeah,
like, I don't have
100%.
issues with nobody, but like, if you're a yes man, you're over here. You know, it's like, cool, you're cool, appreciate you. You want me to feel good? I can respect that.
Yeah, I don't need a hype man.
Like, I need someone who's like there, because that's how I am for people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, try to be, if you're the smartest, someone said this to me, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need a bigger room.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, damn, who am I investing into? Who am I spending my time with? Who am I sharing everything I am with? Like, are they exploiting it, taking advantage of it, or are they pouring back into the cup? You know, if I'm filling this cup, they're filling this cup, we're gonna have, everyone gets to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what is your goal in this in this game of life?
Honestly, my goal in this game of life has been the same goal since I started, is to get my mom a beach house. I told her that since I started fighting. I'm like, I'm gonna get you a beach house one day. You can go just sit on the beach, and you know what I mean.
That's a cool goal.
So that's, I mean,
You can just sign on a line and give your mom a retirement or
Just,
something.
yep.
Dude, that's sweet. I always told my mom, if I ever make it, like, you're retired.
yeah, I think that should be every person's goal. You know what I mean? Take care of your family.
Bro,
you know?
they've done, I mean, I know what I put my mom through.
Same.
No dollar amount can ever, repair
Same.
that or fix that.
Yeah.
So the least I can do, retire you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
and she's like, I'll work for you. I don't think you understand. I'm trying to get you out of just chill, enjoy life. Like my mom, I don't talk about my mom too often, but it does her a disservice. Like she never finished high school. She grew up in Puerto Rico, like taking care of all her siblings, forced into a marriage to move over here. A lot of shit happened. Like my mom's never got to live. She's always been surviving. And I always push on like, let's go on a trip. I can't. I got the kids. I'm like, when do you start living
For yourself.
Yeah, everything you've done has been for me, for my siblings, for her husband at the time. Like, it's always been for everyone else. Like, when are you doing something for you? Even so, she'll call me. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling? I noticed you ain't been posting a lot, or you haven't called me. Well, I'm good. I've just been busy with work. She's like, you sure? Like, how are you doing? Like, I'm a grown ass man now. Like, I'm an adult. I can do this. Like, how are you?
Yeah.
Do you need anything? You just hear that, like, it just breaks my heart. She'll never tell me.
Yeah, if something's bothered.
Yeah.
That's how my mom, I swear, bro, that's how she's just like a tough, like, dude, she's, my mom's going through, infusions because she had leukemia. She beat breast cancer, went through chemo.
That's awesome.
Leukemia, she had to get some infusions. She just ended it. But she's also taking care of my dad's dad, my nephew, all the stuff at home. She cooks, she cleans, she works. Like, dude, it's just, and then she's always, like you said, always worried about everyone else, serving everyone else. And that's a godly thing to do. You know what I mean? To be in service of others.
sure.
That's what you're supposed to do. But I'm like, dude, if you want to vent, if you want to come over, I was like, sometimes I'm like, you can come over to my house and just disappear and just hang out. I'll go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like,
I told my mom, come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Come to Pittsburgh. Like, she's like, city's crazy. I don't live in the city.
yeah, right.
Like, I'm not in Pittsburgh. There's houses and yards where I live, kind of like, what you got.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll think about it. Like, just come down here.
Yeah.
Like, let me
and just
take
relax.
care of you.
Yeah.
You say service of others. I've been reading Matthew, the book of Matthew, a lot. People are like, oh, Bible talk. Yeah. And there was this passage, and I'm not a religious dude. I believe in God and I believe in a relationship with him. Like, I'm not a religious dude. Jesus came to abolish religion, and we build a religion around him. Like, I believe Jesus is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and we should love everyone as he loved us, and that's the goal, right? But I've been trying to, like, get deeper, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been reading Matthew, and there was a passage in there where there's a king. I forget which one of the kings obviously has everything. Has all gold, money, slaves, which at that time, it's not like slavery now. It was like he had people who worked for him. And he's like, how can I, like, talking to Jesus, like, how can I be like you? I want to be like you. And he tells him, like, no, you don't. Like, you don't want to be like me. Basically saying, like, I'm here to die for you. You don't want that. Just accept what I'm here to do. He's like, no, I want to be like you, right? Because as humans, we can do things better than anyone, right? Because we're human. I can do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to be like me? Okay. Be my slave. And he's like, oh, well. He's like, sell everything. Sell everything and be my slave. And obviously the king's like, oh, yeah, we're going to rain check that.
Yeah, that's not what I had
I ain't about that life. But it goes to show you, like, what he came here to do. Like, he didn't come here to be a king. He didn't come here to be looked up on. He came here to in service of people, right? And, like, people love, like, Christians love that, right? So, oh man, he died for my sins. Yes, he did. He came here for me. Yes, he did. He also calls us to be of service of others.
Yeah, 100%.
And whenever we get that, we get checked with that, it's like, ooh, hold on.
Right.
I'm not, like, I'm more Christian than this dude.
Right.
Like, I'm more Christian. I'm more holy. And we get locked into this, like, but this person did this.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Yeah. But it doesn't. I think like it doesn't matter what the religious view is, what anything. It doesn't. It's the person regardless. You're supposed to service.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care if he's a homeless person on the street or whatever. You should still help them any way you can.
And that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the whole premise
Yeah.
of it. Like, I'll help my friend. Look at me. I helped you move, or you had a bad day and I dropped everything to go there. That shit's easy.
Yeah.
That dude who stole from you and now you see him struggling, you gonna help him?
Yeah.
He stole from me.
Or someone you don't like, you know?
Yeah.
You see someone you don't like struggling. Most people will point the finger and start laughing. You know what I mean? But put your hand out and help them. It's hard.
That's who you're supposed to help.
Yeah, For real.
That's the person you're supposed to help.
That's your lesson, yeah.
Like, you can help anyone who's helped you and who does good to you. Like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Here's your brownie points. But like that homeless person on the street, bro, this is a true story. I was leaving the city, and there's a dude with a sign like, "Hey, I'll take anything." And I was fucking starving, bro. And I had my lunch pail. I was at little snacks there and stuff. I'm fucking starving, bro. And I see this dude with a sign, looks famished, like, "Hey, I'll take anything. You know, homeless vet, please help." I'm like, dude, fuck. Roll down my window, stop. I'm like, "Hey, bro, like, you can have my lunch." Like, motherfucker looks at me, he's like, "Nah, I want some money." I was like, I'm like, "Lord, I need you right now." I looked at him, I'm like, "I just offered you.
Food.
I'm starving.
Yeah.
I'm offering food."
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, you got like 5. I need a square."
I'm like, I gave him $5. I was like, "Bro," and I gave and I held it. Cause in my mind, like, I'm not gonna knock you for what you need it for.
Yeah, that's not exactly.
That's not my spot.
Exactly.
But I looked at him and I was like, "Hey, why don't you buy some food and ask someone for a cigarette? Like, don't waste this on a cigarette. Like, buy some food and ask someone for a cigarette."
Yeah.
So, all right, okay.
Yeah.
I was mad as hell. I'm like, "Bro, I offered
food's
you
not
my
good enough.
food."
My food's not good enough for
I'm
you.
like, but at the end of the day, the whole thing to me was I could easily been like, "Nah, fuck you then."
Yeah.
Drive off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got the 5 to give. I hope and pray that you put it to good use. This is me checking you. Don't buy a damn cigarette with this. Buy some chips or something.
Yeah.
What he did with that is what he did with
Yeah.
it. But that's where we get locked into, like, not to make it religious, but like, let's say, "Oh, I'll help this person, but what am I getting?"
Yeah, dude. There's
Like,
so
what do
many
I get
people.
from this?
Yeah, so many people that only help you when it comes to a benefit for them.
Yeah, and it's like, you're not helping anyone.
Yeah, you're just trying to benefit yourself.
You're prolonging the payment.
Exactly.
Like, or my favorite, we call it, I don't know how to say it in English. In Spanish, we call it tirar en cara. That's when it translates to throw in the face.
Oh yeah.
So like, if you're struggling, right? You're starting to fight. You have no place to stay. I let you crash at my crib, and then something happens, and I ask you for something outrageous, right? And you're like, "Bro, I just can't do that right now." And I go, "Dude, I used to let you crash on my couch."
Yeah. Throw it back in your face. Yeah.
And you're like, "I get it, bro. I just can't do this right now." And I get so pissed at you, and I'm like, "I let you crash on my couch. I gave you money when you needed it." And you're like, "Hold on, bro. You're getting upset. I'm upset I can't help you.
Yeah.
And you're getting upset. And then you're throwing all this shit. Like, what was your intention for doing that thing?
Exactly.
Were you
You
expecting
wanted something on the back end.
Yeah. Did you want
Yeah.
something on the end?
Yeah.
And oftentimes, especially in the fight world, dude, I see this with, like, luckily no one I know, but videographers and photographers. "Hey, I believe in what you're doing. I believe in what you're doing. Let me shoot you for free." And then a fighter blows the fuck up. And they come, "Hey, like, can I shoot you?" And you're like, "Yeah." "Hey, I charge $150 now."
Yeah.
"All right, yeah, I'll give it back." Then they fucking give you a $2,000 bill. And you're like, "Well,
Yeah.
you said $150. Well, I added this. You wanted this. You wanted this. You wanted this." Bro, I ain't asked for none of that. You were saying you wanted to do that. Like, and then we get in this match of like, "Well, I shot you when you were nobody."
Yeah. Well, managers, not all management companies, but some management companies do that. They'll like cover certain things at the beginning because they believe in you, and then when you make it somewhere to get some money, they'll take it out, throughout your paycheck and whatnot. And it's like kind of.
I have a whole not philosophy, but
I got a bad taste with some managers that I've experienced. Like,
Yeah, I don't. Chris is my manager right now, and I don't really. I mean, Carly works with that LCA, and they're pretty good. But I haven't.
Brits with too, right?
Yeah. And that Lamont's, I never got talked about. I was supposed to this weekend, but Sunday he wanted to go out there for food, and I was feeling sorry for myself on the couch, just eating myself into a food coma. So I was like, "Yeah, Carly, you go have fun. I'm gonna sit here and just."
I mean, bro. I mean, good reason. Like,
Yeah.
and like, do you feel this like pressure to perform for people when you're there? Because I know there's a certain element of that, of like, my family's here, my girl's here. I sold these tickets. These people paid money
To see me
to
perform.
see me.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing with this fight. I feel like I just let people down because I didn't get to go out and show how good I am and how good God is. And I mean, I showed how good God is by him sparing my eye, I believe. You know what I mean? And it was an injury, but it could have been worse.
Bro, his knuckle was in your eye.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. You know, my eye could have been hanging out.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
deep.
exaggerating.
Yeah.
It looked like he was like this.
Yeah, like he had a nub.
But it was his fingers.
Just in my, yeah.
It goes to show you perception, right? Because even I didn't see it, but on the replay, I'm like, oh shit, that could be bad.
Yeah.
You know, I've had eye injuries. I'm like, oh, that could be bad. It's potential to be bad. And then when I saw that picture,
Yeah, Andrew Paul, I don't know how he got that, dude.
I was like,
Yeah.
and then you coming in, I see your eye when you get out of the car. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
it just got redder and redder. I got eye drops for it and like numbing stuff and antibiotics to put in it, but they said like 2 to 3 weeks and it should be all right.
wow, that's good.
Yeah,
Do you anticipate the fight anytime soon?
I'm hoping November, December. You know, as long as all goes well.
Has there been talks? I don't know if you can disclose.
Not with anyone yet,
Okay.
or anything. I'm just hoping for something. You know.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I tell people when I see you in there, I'm like, I don't know, something about this dude. He's just like, I don't give a fuck aura. And like, you just look so chill and relaxed. And like, other dudes are excited for good reason. Other dudes are like zoned in, you know, and they're ready. When I see you in there, you're just like, all right, man. This is what I don't know what goes in your head. This is what goes in my head of what goes in your head. All right, he's stepping over them, cut the ring. Okay, no, okay, we're backing up. Okay, like it's like you're having this dialogue with yourself.
I do. That's why I start talking to people. You ever see me like, I'll throw something, it'll miss, and I'll be like, oh, that was pretty cool. Or they'll throw something at me, I'm like, oh, that was pretty sweet. And then I'll
never
point
caught that.
I'll point at people. I'll just little talks. You know, just because I'm talking to keep myself engaged. You know what I mean?
That's
In
what
the
I do
fight.
when I roll.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, pin, all right, no.
Yeah.
No. Well, I feel like I tell people. What I'm
Yeah. Well, we kind of, yeah. But like, they're not picking up on, you know what I mean? I talk to keep myself engaged and entertained so that way I stay focused. You know, that's how I stay focused. I do it during sparring too. Carly hates it.
Because like it kind of, because as people, especially like Carly, right? I'm assuming she wants to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
So now you're talking, not for her to listen, it's just like for you, but like she always has that ear to listen for your voice.
Yeah.
It's like she's not even paying attention to stuff she should be doing.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
sometimes I'll like coach her as we're going, and she hates that even more. But if I'm talking crap a little bit, she hates that. But I'll like, she'll rush in and I'll hit her with something. Don't rush in, and then she shut up and just work. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
boom.
Yeah.
You rushed in.
I'm sorry. Don't hurt me.
So what's your mindset as that gate closes and you hear that lock? Like, is there a switch that happens, or are you already set right now?
As soon as I'm in there and Chip sees me, I give my coaches a hug. I do my lap around the ring. As soon as I hit their glove, boom, we're locked in. You know what I mean? I enter the cage, bow. I do my lap every time. Give them a little pound. Whoever I'm fighting. All right, let's go. As they're announcing me, I look at them. I'm like, you want to touch gloves? You don't want to touch gloves? All right, cool. As soon as they announce my name, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? It's just game time. You know, and it's not. I just know for the next 15 minutes I have to be on point. You know what I mean?
Which sounds like not a long time.
Oh, it's hard, dude. Sometimes,
I know. Think 5-minute rounds in jiu-jitsu. Like, I do one, I'm fucking smoked.
yeah.
Okay, 2 more.
Yeah. and then take a minute break in between there. Try to listen to someone tell you something, and then go back.
You're trying to breathe, and they're telling you like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm still breathing.
Yeah.
Dude, 15 minutes. Think of it like, hey, go grab a coffee, and then meet me here in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not enough time. Like I gotta go up the stairs, get in my car, turn around, like
It's not that
fight
long.
a man for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that long, but it makes it seem so long. Like even like when that fight, it was only a minute and a half in, and it felt like it was almost like half the round, 3 minutes, just because we were just like, everything
that
feels
feel,
so much longer in there. It's crazy.
Well, like so, there's this theory that when you ever did something you're so good at, and it's just like your body just does it.
Yeah.
Like you just, it's like automatic, right?
Yeah.
But it's obviously taking into account all your training and experience and everything you know. But you're not really talking, you're not really thinking like jiu-jitsu, if or not jiu-jitsu, let's say a fight right now. Some dude walks here and just goes to throw a punch at you, a wild punch. You're not like, oh man, I have to duck and now I have to crash, and you're just like, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to do that. I don't know how I got to this. Oh, fighting, like when you can start getting into that headspace of like, this is my comfort zone. This is where I'm at. I'm honed in. When you're zoned in, you're not thinking, you're not working, you're just doing.
Yeah.
You're
that
doing
flow
what you
state.
know.
Yeah.
The flow state.
Yeah.
It's known as the flow state in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
How has MMA, has fighting, training, has that helped you outside of the ring and like your personal life, everyday life, like entering this flow state of like, I'm locked in, now I got to do what I got to do?
Oh yeah. I mean, like doing the hard stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's same thing with training. Some days you don't want to get up and train. Some days you don't want to get up and go to work. Some days you don't want to get up and do something or other. You know what I mean? You don't want to do certain things. You do it. You have to do it. I like to say as a man, but as a females have that too. You know what I mean? But as a man, you have duties that you have to do and you're expected to do who you going to cry to? You know what I mean? Who you going to cry to when something needs done? You need to do it. You just need to do it. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and just get it done. It's not.
It's an accountability thing,
Yeah.
and it's easier to like point and blame than just be like, I own this. For people, right? For me, it's easier for me to go, no, this is on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was on me. And you ever read the Jocko books?
No, I didn't.
Bro, you want to level up in mindset? Read his books. He talks about like the one book, it's obviously escaping my brain right now. He gives you like a lesson or a model or you know, we'll call it a lesson. And then he gives you an example of how he utilized that or how he used that while he was in the service. But then he applies it to like real world, corporate world for like people like you and me.
Yeah.
But it's the same principles. We'll call it principles. So he gives you the principle. He gives you how it applied to him in the service and his teams and his teammates and stuff, and then how it's applied in the real world. And he talks about like owning it, right? Even if it's not your fault. Like you went for a single leg when you shouldn't have. Obviously, it's easy to own it. Mm-hmm. Like I shouldn't have done that. But you go for a single leg and dude's defense is just fucking crazy, and he mops you. Own it.
Yeah.
Like that was on me.
Yeah.
That was on me. Because in doing that, you are acknowledging there's something different, there's something better I could be doing. And then you're taking actionable steps to do that. When you, dude, he got lucky hit. He got lucky hit on me.
Yeah.
Like that, he got lucky. You're not doing anything to change that outcome.
Dude, so me and Carly have this conversation with, because I coach sometimes, right? And she got better at this, but I used to try to like correct her or give her advice on her stance, her style, how she's moving, and she would give me an excuse why she was doing it a certain way. And I would tell her all the time, I said, the excuse is just to justify your actions. It's just giving you an excuse to keep up that bad habit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're not going to take accountability to change the bad habit because subconsciously, you know what I mean? You're already making an excuse and justifying it, so it's just going to keep happening, you know? Anytime anyone corrects me, you don't need an excuse. You just, all right, yes.
Even if you, dude, and that's something I'm trying.
Good.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Even if you like believe that it's the right way to do it, yes, all right, and then take it and think about it. You know what I mean?
Apply it.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, then it's not for you. You tried it, you ruled it out, boom. Or you tried and you're like, you know what? I can actually take something from this. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm still comfortable with this, but I know where I can utilize this. We're so quick to write stuff off, and like, yeah, by making excuses, you're not like, my favorite excuse is I don't have enough time. Mm-hmm. When it comes to like things you really want to do, right? And it's not really checking people, but it's a way that has helped me put things into perspective, right? So when someone's like, they look at me, they're like, "Oh, dude, man, it must be nice to." That's another. It must be nice. It must be nice to just be able to go to the gym.
You're lucky.
You're lucky. I'm like, hold on, dude. I will not allow you to take from me all the fucking time and effort and things I've sacrificed. I won't let you take that from me. We all get 24 hours. Mm-hmm. That's my bank. Like, because you make more money than me, you're not afforded more, or because you're better at jiu-jitsu or MMA than me, you don't get, hey, you got extra 2 hours to train today. You get 26 hours in today because you're so good. No, the dude making $1 billion has the same 24 hours as the dude $100,000 in debt with no nickels to rub together. We all have the same time. And when people look at me and like, man, I want to really like get better at the gym. I want to get stronger. I want to get bigger. I'm like, cool. Fuck yes. This is what I'm good at. This is what I like. That's my thing. Like, lifting is my thing. I love jiu-jitsu. I train jiu-jitsu. I don't really feel comfortable like giving someone like coaching, and like, that's not where I'm at yet. I'm still developing my game. I'm still pushing it. And I haven't trained since fucking March. So that should say something. The gym is my shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm excited. Right. So I'm like, oh man. All right. So like, how's your diet? Oh, my diet shit. That's fine. That's like, everyone starts somewhere. That's cool. Like, how much time are you trying to go into the gym? I'm thinking like 2 or 3 days. Okay. Like, okay. We'll work with that.
Yeah, we can work with that.
How much time are you trying to allocate in those 2 or 3 days? 45 minutes. Okay. Not much I can do with that. What are you trying to do? You trying to lift heavy? I'm trying to look like you. Well, you're not going to get that with 3 days and 30 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and a half a week.
Yeah, I'm like, and then when you say that to them, they're like, well, I just don't have the time. Do you not have the time, or is it just not a priority?
Exactly.
Which one is it? No, I want to look like you. Why do you want to look like me? I want to be bigger. I want to be stronger. Well, that requires a lot of time. And effort. Yeah. Like, it's taken me over 10 years to look like this. I weigh $140 in high school and in college. Like, I'm 226, 230 now. That doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. And they're like, well, I just don't have the time. Cool. I mean, I get it. I'm a busy dude. I do real estate podcasts. I have a full-time career. I'm always helping. I'm trying to help people out. People, hey, can you come? Yeah, I got you. Like, I do the 247 stuff now. Like, And I'm like, if I have the time, I train jiu-jitsu. Well, prior to the menisci, train jiu-jitsu, get lifts in. Like, what do you mean you don't have time? Like, what do you do? Well, I go into the office and then I get home. By the time I get home, I'm tired and I just need to relax. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're prioritizing. And I forgot who I had this conversation with on an episode. And I'm like, well, what's more important to you? Relaxing? Because that's valid. If you need to relax, you need to relax. You relaxed on Sunday, right? Yeah. Like, but you can't get pissed because you're not where you're at because you chose to relax. Mm-hmm. Like, if that was the decision you made, own it. You can't be upset. Like, imagine you going into this fight and you're like, I'm a little sore. I think I'm going to take off every other day. Yeah. That's a valid excuse. If you need rest, you need rest, right? And then you go into a fight and you're gassed, you're exhausted, you're not there mentally in the headspace, and you lose. Okay, that was the outcome based off the choices you made. You have to be cool with that outcome. There has to be a possibility. You have to be cool with the possibility of losing because you made these decisions. Yeah. And oftentimes I get people like, man, I just be so tired. Do it tired.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah. Don't.
1 hour every day.
Yeah. It's not motivation. Everyone thinks everything's motivation. It's not. It's discipline.
Dude, motivation is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. Great. Like, when I get fired up, I'm motivated. Great. But the truth is, when I'm not fired up and I'm miserable and I'm like, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it motivated.
Yeah. You're making sure it's getting done.
If
though.
it's getting done, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's checking the box. Sometimes I go in, get under. Now it's biceps.
Yeah.
Now I gotta do curls. Now I gotta do this. Now I gotta do this. Yeah. Sometimes I'm not at the gym every day. Like, oh, yeah, this is the fun.
Yeah.
No. Like some days it sucks. I'm not there. Some days I'm an extra 5 minutes in the parking lot. Like, I can go to sleep right now.
Yeah.
I can go to sleep right now, get an extra couple minutes, and then I get out of the car, and as I'm walking into the gym, I'm like, man, I can go back into my car. I can take a nap in the parking lot, and then while I'm working out, man, if I stop this set, like I'll just pick it up tomorrow. Like I do have those conversations with myself, but I'm still pushing the needle. I'm still moving forward. I'm still doing what needs to be done. We listen to this voice of like, I should go take a nap. Okay, and then they fucking go, and then you wonder.
Yeah.
Why you're where you're at.
Sometimes you just got to take that like little bitch in your head and just shut it up.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's what it is too.
People
it's
are
just like your self-doubt, all that. You just got to like take it and just tell it shut up sometimes. You know
Don't be
what I mean?
so hard. Why do you talk to yourself like that? No, because that voice is a bitch. Like that is the version of me I don't want to be.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
What advice would you give people who are trying to get into the fight game, and they don't know where to start? They're kind of hesitant. Maybe they're scared. Like, what advice would you get someone either new and don't know if, like, is this for me? Is it not for me? Is this my calling? Is it not my calling? Like, what advice would you get someone looking to get into this? They don't know where to go or where to start. Excuse me.
First, find a good coach to steer you in the right direction. You know, that guidance is everything. Second is just train. You just keep training. It don't like, as long as you find a good coach, a good gym, and you're training every day, you're gonna get better. You know what I mean? But make sure you're not like you're in the right place. I've seen plenty of people go to bad gyms, ruin their career. You know what I mean? And as far as fighting, your first fight's kind of just jumping in the water, seeing if you can swim. You know what I mean? Because it's not for everyone. Like you could be the best athlete in the world and not be a fighter. It's not for everyone. You got to mentally be able to do it. And I've seen plenty of good athletes get in there and crap the bed. You know what I mean? I've seen people that were the least unathletic people jump in there and smash it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. It's more like if you got it or not. And you can't like develop that, I feel like. It's something that you either get in there and you flourish, or you get in there and it doesn't matter if you win your first fight either. I lost my first amateur fight and I lost my first pro fight.
How did you feel walking out after that loss? Like you decided this is what you want to do. You were training with, Kama, which huge name, right? You're at a great gym. You get in there and you lose. Like what went through your mind at that time? Was it like
I was just more upset that I let the people that believed in me down. That's the worst for me. It's not like I don't really care what happens to me. It's not like, you know what I mean? The stuff that I've lost in my life, like with the injuries, losing my brother, all that, nothing's gonna like budge me. You know what I mean? Like it's not about me. It's about like my mom having seen me get beat up, my girlfriend seeing me get beat up, my dad, you know what I mean? Like they don't deserve to suffer anymore. So that's why like it hurts me so bad if I get poked in the eye and I'm laying on the ground rolling around, my mom's all worried about me, or I get subbed out, or you know what I mean? I take a L because they don't need to see that. I want to provide a good life for them, and it hurts me. It hurts me because they have to see that. You know what I mean? And it's not like obviously I want to win. You know what I mean? Obviously,
that's not priority.
But yeah, it's not like as long as I go in there and I put up a good fight, and I feel like anytime I perform to the best of my ability, I can go toe to toe with anyone in the world. You know what I mean? And we'll continue to hopefully prove that.
My good friend of mine said, and I try to drop this as much as I can because this is something I'm trying to instill into my daughter. He said, there's going to be a time where I get outboxed. He's 4-0 with 4 knockouts as a professional. There's going to be a time where I get outboxed. Like, it's inevitable. You know, there's people at different level. I will never get outworked.
Yeah.
And, like, that is the mindset that differentiates people who do this and people who excel in this. People who try this. So that's what I was trying. People who try this and people who do this.
Yeah.
Right? And you can tell about how people walk, how they approach this, the way, like that energy we were talking about. You can see when someone, and Britt said it too, she's like, did you do everything required for this?
Yeah.
Not what people saw, not what you posted on Instagram or social media for the. At the end of the day, win or lose, did you give everything it took and leave it out there?
Yeah.
If you can't tell yourself yes for sure, for certain, if you're like, I could have, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, 100%. What'd you do in the dark when no one's watching? You know what I mean? That's the problem. I
love when you like you're talking, you stop, and then you like.
Because I have a story that
I like it.
comes with this. I used to post about all my workouts, all my training sessions, this and that. You know, trying to make a image for yourself. Ethan Hayes told me a good piece of advice that Nick Brown told him when they were in training. He says, you ever see Nick Brown take a picture of him training and post it? I'm like, no, not really. You know, it's kind of weird, you know, like that's what we're supposed to hype ourselves up. He's like, Nick Brown's saying was, this is like a rough draft, you know what I mean, was that I don't have to tell my opponent that I'm training. He should assume I'm training to the best of my abilities, the hardest I can. If he doesn't, shame on him, I will show him. You know what I mean? Along those lines.
Yeah.
Nick probably said it way better than that. Way wiser. But
Yeah. More articulate than
yeah, right. Definitely.
And that's, I think we get so caught up on social media and what it means. Like, and I tell people, man, like, I fucking hate social media.
It's not real.
I hate it.
It's not real.
It's not. And I get there's a certain, like, especially for the pod, if I want your story to be shared,
Yeah.
I need to share it. I need to post it. I need to, you know, because like initially I didn't even want to be in these.
Yeah.
You know, and people were like, well, like people like you connect with people, you got to be in it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, okay. So like, I get there's an aspect of social media that is helpful. It helps fighters' careers, helps promote, it helps, you know, all that stuff. But it's become so toxic that like, I'll literally have conversations with people and like, only this many people like my. I'm like,
And they'll repost it later, and it's like, dude.
I'm like, I don't even have that many like followers.
Yeah.
Like, and then someone told me this, like, only 200 people liked your stuff, right? Because I got caught in that too. I'm like, man, like this dude's story only got 200 views, and they're like, dude, can you fit 200 people in your house?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Just think about 200 people being in your house, looking at you like saying like, yo, man, good job. That 200 on social media became so real to me.
Yeah.
You know, like to the point where like if one person heard it, I'm like, man, someone heard it. Hopefully they're talking about it. Hopefully they're sharing it. Like it's a whole new perception. We get so caught up in likes and how many shares and how many this. And I get it for companies and organizations, but this is like everyday people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you do for a living that you care about who saw you post your matcha
Yeah.
this morning?
No, I get it. It's fake too. That's what drives me nuts. It's not real. It's highlights.
You ever seen those videos of like getting ready with me in the morning, and it's like a 45-minute video.
Yeah.
If it takes you 45 minutes to get ready, well, you really woke up, opened your blinds, sat out there, took the sun in for 10 minutes. I know there are people who do this because sun is like very important.
Yeah.
And then they walk over and they lay on their dog's bed and they pet the dog and they talk to them. Then they get up and they start their coffee. That's like starting a jet. And then they open up their book where they have a bunch of things that they read to them. You a fucking lie.
Yeah, right.
You're a lie.
Yeah.
Like why put that stuff out there? Because there's people out there looking at that like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm XYZ.
Yeah.
But they're looking up to these people.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind. Like, they would tell me, like, how do you get ready to train? You know how I get ready to train? I wake up, I smack pre-workout. I'll try to get a meal in, and I go and just try to kill myself.
Yeah, get to it. Get after it.
That's how I get ready to work out. That's my get ready to work out.
Yeah.
That there's nothing glamorous about that, because that's not a glamorous thing. I see a lot of like fitness influencers, you know, they're drinking their water, which you're supposed to be doing, and then they're in their car and they're getting ready, and then they get out and they're in the gym, they're saying hi to everyone. I'm sorry. I'm there to fucking work. I ain't saying hi to nobody. Yeah. If you come up to me, cool, dope. Like, I'll say what's up. Like, I'm here for a goal. I'm here for a mission. I'm not gonna post. Like, I used to post all my workouts online and shit, because it's like, oh, I want people to see what I'm doing. I don't give a fuck anymore. It was so distracting. It was so much noise. I'm like, I'm here to work. Like, if someone else films me, cool. That's different. You
that's
know
what
I
do. I don't post videos of me training or me nothing, me after. But if someone wants to take a picture, I'll take a picture. They tag me in it. I'll post it. If they don't tag me in it, we don't post it. Because I don't. That's energy that I could put into my training that's going to something else that's not making me better. You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest thing is, like, if I have to go take out my phone, it's going to interrupt my training session. It's going to do all this and all that. You know what I mean?
Then you get caught in it, and like you're in a mood, you know, you're in a sway of things, and now you gotta pause that.
Yeah.
And then you get caught in a conversation about the picture. And people want. That's another thing. People are like, oh, can we take a picture? Like, this was happening at 247, dude. I felt so like blessed. You know, like, you're like, oh, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, me? I'm like looking around, like, me?
Yeah.
It's
like,
oh, you're the
feeling.
podcast guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, I'm just a podcast guy. Like, I'm just a podcast guy. Like, oh, we love your podcast. Can I take a picture? I'm like, I feel like I'm like robbing you. I'm like, sure.
That's
like,
how,
you sure
dude,
you want to take a picture with
yeah.
me? Like, are you gonna post it and then like,
you gonna make fun of me or something?
yeah. I'm like, dude, but like they're so excited. I'm like, oh, dude, that's dope. And like, fuck. I hope he doesn't kick my ass. One of the coaches from the academy comes up to me, and like I see him everywhere, and I'm like, he's always with Kama, right? I'm like, dude, he comes up to me, he's like, hey, Relentless Project. I'm like, yes, sir. I'm like, you're with the academy. He's like, yeah. The other day he starts talking to me. He's like, bro, like I tried to start a podcast, and I'm like, oh, dude, like he's fucking. And like next thing you know, we're talking. He's like, man, like I was, and then another dude comes up to me, man, I was just mind blown when I realized like we have this amazing thing in Pittsburgh, and I just heard about it. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, but like all that to say, like, it's so cool when like what you're doing, people can appreciate, right? And you're not doing it to be appreciated. You're just doing it.
Yeah. When you're organic with yourself, like, and it's just you being you, that I feel like that's when you get the best vibe with people, and that's when you click.
Because it's authentic.
It's organic. Yeah. You don't gotta pretend to be anything. You know what I mean?
And that's what social media is. One big pretend thing. And that's like when I posted these before, I remember I was like, I'm gonna have to edit out all the swearing, all the dead spots every time I said like. And I'm like, no. One, that's too much time and effort. But two, I want when people see this and they see me in real life, it's like they know me, right? Like I don't want them to be like, oh, this dude was not like, no, like who you see here, unfortunately or fortunately,
what you see is what you get.
Yeah, that's what you see out there, right? Like
that's how I try to be.
The way I talk with you guys, I'll talk to people. Like I got into a whole conversation during intermission with someone about life and depth, and like that's if I ask you what's up, that's not like tell me. Yeah. Like I'm listening. If I don't ask what's up, don't fucking tell me. Like,
right. Sorry, I don't have time today. I'll get you later.
Yeah,
I promise.
I'll get you later. You know, and I get people like, oh, man, can I get on the pod? Yeah. Do you have a story to tell? Is it good? Is it inspiring? Like, are you passionate about something? And like, I've told people no, and I never thought I'd be too good to tell people no. But in my mind, it was like, I had people reaching out like, oh, I want to be in a podcast. I'm like, oh, cool, bro. Like, what do you want to talk about? I want to talk about my business. Okay, cool. Like, yeah. I was like, all right, like, what do you want to talk about? What led you to start? No, I don't want to talk about me. I just want to talk about the business and what I do.
So you're trying to like promote.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, this like I don't like this isn't like a promotion thing. Like,
yeah.
This is about your story that led you to your business. We'll talk about your business, why you're doing your business. Nah, I just want to get like snippets so I can like post them. I'm like, bro, that's not gonna be a good conversation. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, it's not gonna be a good conversation. He got pissy with me.
I believe it.
I'm like, bro, like, I'm sparing you too. Like, I'm sparing us sitting here going, oh, so you cut people's hair because you want to charge $200 because you want to be a celebrity barber because you want to go out and party. Cool. Sounds like a fun life,
Yeah.
but like what are we talking about after that?
Yeah.
What's that to talk about? You know what I mean? So
a 30-second ad could get the job
yeah,
done.
hey,
Yeah.
how about this? Since we're talking business, pay me and we'll pretend to do a podcast like everyone else does, and then there's your snippet.
Yeah. Boom. Right.
Right? You want to make money? I want to make money. Let's do
Yeah.
it. I always end with this question. I'm interested to see what people say. No thinking, right? Like the first thing that pops to your mind, I want you to say it.
That's dangerous. All right.
When you hear the question, I don't think it'll be dangerous. I asked this last time, and what the dude said literally like had nothing to do with anything we were talking about, but it was like, I was like, wow. Like how is what you're doing going to align with that? And I'll explain that. So no thinking. Just whatever pops in, that's what you want to do, right? Because oftentimes our thinking clouds our thoughts.
Yeah.
The thoughts that, God puts in it. Everyone says, I don't hear God. Sometimes you got to quiet down.
Yeah.
So no thinking, no like, if you had infinite money, all the money in the world, money doesn't matter. Already traveled the world, you've seen everything. You had no fear. You received no recognition for what you did. So fame, none of that matters. What would you do or what would you create?
Probably like free energy.
See what I mean? Had nothing
Yeah.
to do with fighting. Why free energy?
Because corporate greed is the problem of the whole world. Dude, don't get me started, bro.
Here comes another 2
Yeah,
hours on the next time.
Yeah,
No.
right.
No, but
Because the greed, I used to have this joke growing up. My dad, I was real what do they call it? Anarchist, against the government. Not I'm not like that anymore. But
I am. Totally am.
I didn't want to say it on the podcast.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
And I'm a cop.
Yeah.
How could you be a cop? It's you know why? Because I'm not going to I'm not out to fuck people.
Yeah.
I'm out to do what's right. And you know what? You may not agree with it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I may not agree with it, right? If you steal a Reese's bar and you've stole 50 fucking things and now you made it a felony,
Yeah.
I got no fucking choice, bro.
Yeah,
Why'd you
that's
steal a
on you.
Reese's bar
Yeah.
for a felony?
Yeah. That's on you. No,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's some things I don't agree with, and I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, you have to, this is the 50th time.
Yeah.
You understand.
Yeah.
I understand I'm putting you in jail. I'm ruining your life for a Reese's bar, but it's not about the Reese's bar right now.
Yeah.
And then there's other times where it's some shit, I have a past.
Yeah.
I had people give me breaks. I give people the benefit of the doubt all the time, and guess what? If they take advantage of it, I'm going to meet you again.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, trust me.
I'm gonna meet you again.
I guarantee you'll make another
Yeah,
decision. I'll see
yeah.
you again. Yeah.
And if you don't and you change your life, great. That was the whole goal.
Yeah.
You know what? So,
But corporate greed is the problem. People's greed is the problem. What's wrong with the world? You know what I mean? And if we had free energy and stuff like that, then I feel a lot of the problems of the world wouldn't be, because everyone's fighting over what? Oil, metals, land, you know what I mean? Resources. But if free energy,
what do you fight for? But then how do we make money?
Exactly. We don't need money. That's the thing.
You want to know what the biggest corporate greed is? Or the biggest scam? Oh, I'm motherfucking pissed. But guess what? It's my podcast. I'll do the fuck I want to. The healthcare system.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not to do healthcare for all, right? No, you gotta pay.
Yeah.
You got to pay for, but also there's extenuating circumstances. But I looked at a hospital bill. This was a few years ago. A friend of mine had a baby. They charged his wife $200 for a nurse to be in the room so she can hold her baby.
Jeez. Yeah, that's yeah.
You
And
charging me to hold my baby?
And so think about it. If you want to break it down, how long was that nurse in the room, right? And I guarantee you, what % went to that nurse?
None.
Exactly.
Zero.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So who's getting that money?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
And then an ibuprofen.
Yeah.
I can go get a pack of ibuprofen for $10, right?
Yeah.
Generics or the real stuff for $15. An ibuprofen at the hospital because They had to send a courier to go to the basement, request it. A pharmacist grabbed it. Then they gave it back to the courier who had to come up, transport it to the room. You're paying like, and these are arbitrary numbers, but like they're outrageous, like $500, $600, $700 for a pill.
Yeah. And it's, yeah, dude, that's,
Like this is how I'd be.
Yeah.
Where is it? Tell me what room. I'll go get it my fucking self.
Give me the
Like,
keys.
yeah, I got.
Right?
I'll save all of us
I'll
some
run
money.
out to the car and grab
Yeah, but like the healthcare system has become like, if you go to a doctor, right, and you're like, man, or let's say a therapist, because mental health is a huge thing. Hey, man, I'm not really feeling myself. Or any injury, if the first question isn't, hey, how much are you sleeping? How much? Like, what are you eating? How's your life going? Are there any stressors that are new? And if those aren't the first questions, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, they'll probably diagnose you on some pill.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why healthcare costs are so expensive. It's like, well, when you can charge $500 for an ibuprofen, and who's questioning it?
Right.
You get an ibuprofen because that's what you need to take.
Yeah.
Now you get this bill. You can't be like, yeah, I wasn't really happy with the service here. I want to take this.
Yeah, refund, please.
You have to pay it.
The worst part is some of these doctors, like, will meet with these farmer reps or whatever, and they'll get an incentive to sell a certain pill, prescribe a certain pill to people.
Well, I know people in the industry.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, like, this is all corrupt and money.
It's money. It's greed, bro. Greed.
But what I was getting back before with the anarchy is capitalism. I think growing up when I was like 14, 15, I had long hair, skinny skater jeans and stuff. Capitalism killed the world. That was my biggest thing. I don't know why. Just like
because of it's all about intention, right?
Yeah.
Like capitalism in and of itself, it's fucking amazing.
It's a great idea. Yeah.
You make money. I make money.
Yeah.
I got what you need. You got what I need.
Yeah.
In the perfect world,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna charge enough that I take care of me and my family and those around me.
Mm-hmm.
I provide a necessary service, and everyone's happy.
Yep.
But then it becomes, oh, he's starting the same company. I got a cell phone company. I want everyone to communicate, right? I'm doing this for good. I want the world to be connected. He's got a cell phone company. And I mean, you get together and I'm like, bro, if I'll charge $800. I'll let you charge $850. On the next models, I'll charge $950, you charge $900. And we'll own the market.
Yeah.
Can't nobody come in here if it's just you and me.
Right.
Now we're paying $1,000 for this fucking
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
$1,000 for a cell phone.
Yeah. That probably didn't cost, like, how much you think that cost to make?
Dude, if I was a betting man, the way they've streamlined the system, no more than $50.
Yeah. For sure.
No more than $50.
Yeah.
And then let's talk corporate greed, because I have Apple, Mac, because they're so good at what they do that they've made me believe this, and now I'm so
Marketing,
deep.
yeah. Right.
So it's like, hey, we want to save the world. Well, now we're not going to give you a charging box.
Right.
Because we want to save space, and by saving space, we use less material. By using less material, we save the world. You still want a charging box? All right, we'll sell you one.
Yeah.
In a different box with more material.
Right. You're sitting, bro. Like, what?
Oh, the math ain't
Yeah,
mathing
you're like,
right now. Like for the same thing, now I have to buy two different things with more material, more packaging, more energy used,
money.
more money.
Yeah.
But it's all in the name of going green.
Yeah.
Who the fuck am I to talk? I have an iPhone, but greed, bro. Like, yeah, no, you're right.
No, I think like free energy would be the thing. You know what I mean? Just to like provide for everyone, and you know. And
I haven't heard that one. That's a good one.
I think that would cure like world hunger, like just like, you know what I mean, peaceful world through that. Because think about
no one's fighting. How many wars have started over oil?
I was about to say it. Yeah, right. I was about to say it. You know.
I mean, it's not a political thing. People get so shy about politics.
Yeah.
We're talking life issues.
Yeah.
How many wars have been started over oil?
Yeah.
You know, like how many people go without health care because they're like, well, they're not paying us.
Oh, so I just dealt with that with my aunt. Right? I don't have insurance right now.
Okay, so
I had to go through 247's claim insurance, which they took care of me. Thank you 247. I
Oh,
appreciate
dope.
you.
Didn't even know that.
You're the man.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Okay, so Ryan gets a bad rap. First off, a lot of people like want to label him the bad guy. This man came and sat in the hospital with me until 2:30 in the morning. Just saying, making sure I was right, talking with me, BSing with me.
Shout out Ryan. I texted you.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw what time you came out. I'm like, I woke up at 4 a.m. in the gym. I saw your text. I'm like, is this motherfucker still awake then?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm like, is he still awake?
Yeah, dude. I was there till, and they weren't gonna let us go. I was sitting there, and I'm like, Carly, can you go see if they're ready to like discharge us? Because we were still sitting there. Excuse me. And then the dude finally came down. Oh yeah, sorry, I was busy doing something. Dude, it's 3 a.m. Let me go home and go sleep, please.
And guess what? They charged you for still being in that room.
I think that's what it was. Is because they billed the insurance and they knew that I wasn't gonna have to pay anything, so they were just letting me rack up the bill.
I couldn't be a doctor.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, yo, hey, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'd go, hey, sorry. I told someone 5 minutes. Let me be back with you. Boom, 5 minutes. Hey, you're good to go. Da, da, da. Like, I'd be making the hospital zero money.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, it's more about the person, right? Like as a cop, people are always like, oh, they have quotas. They have, one, that's not true. But, like, for me, like, I've heard horror stories of, like, cops putting people in like, the holding cell and just letting them sit there while they type the reports and drink their coffee.
Yeah,
I literally tell the people, bro, I'm like, look, I don't like that you're here. You don't like that you're here. The last thing I want to do is fucking make this worse for you. Like, it's like a service, right? Like, that's the way I look at it. I'm like, look, and then, like, they're being assholes. I ain't giving you my fucking name. I'm like, bro, if you don't give me your name, I have to go spend hours to find this. And guess what? You're still going to end up in the same spot. Let me speed this up for you. The sooner you go to jail, the sooner you get in front of a judge, the sooner you get out of jail.
Yeah, help me help you.
Like, the sooner you get, I don't want you to stay in jail. This is stupid to me. Unfortunately, I can't control what you did.
Yeah.
Okay? You have to own that part. I'm owning my part. I'm trying to get you out of here, trying to get you processed, trying to get you going. You want to be an asshole to me because I have a job and you put me in this position. I get paid the same to fucking sit on the side of a street and watch a traffic light, drink coffee, and listen to my favorite music. You think I want to be sitting in here being berated by you? No.
Yeah.
I don't get an additional $1 because I got 2 prisoners today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm losing money.
Yeah,
I could be doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm here dealing with you. Like, help me help you.
Yeah.
And, dude, that's how I talk to people. I connect with people, bro. You know how many times I've been told thank you after I arrested somebody?
No, I believe it. Because you got to be, like, real with people.
Yeah, I'm real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was
treat
in
them like a person.
Yeah, I was in
You know
your
what I mean?
position, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You're pissed, bro. Like, you like, domestics are huge, right? It's a big thing, right? It looks a certain way, and unfortunately, the way laws are written, we have to do certain things, right? So, like, someone has a bruise based off of this domestic, someone has to go to jail. Okay? I'm not saying you did it. I didn't fucking hit her, or I didn't hit her that hard, or I didn't hit him. It's like, look, someone called us here because they were worried. They heard screaming, shit breaking. We get here, y'all on top of each other, clawing each other. Like, something has to be done.
Yeah.
Like, are y'all going to be cool to separate? Yeah, we'll be cool. And then we're there 20 minutes later. All right, someone's got to go now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. We're here again. I take, well, I didn't fucking do it. Bro, I'm not here to tell you you did it or you didn't do it. I'm
not the judge.
I'm giving facts.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I got to do, bro. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm understanding where you're coming from. You're pissed. I get it.
Yeah.
These aren't the most comfortable seats. You're going to go sit in fucking Allegheny County Jail, which smells like piss and people screaming all the time. I get it. This is where we're at now. The least I can do is treat you respectfully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even, like, when I roll with someone, dude, like, someone starts to fight me or some shit like that, bro, I'm talking like, bro, chill. Why are you doing it? You're like, that's how I be talking to dudes, as I'm, like, on top of them, or I'm, like, getting them. Are you good now? Like, are we good?
Yeah.
Like, why you being, and I say, why you being so mean to me? Like, I say stupid shit like that because, like, and I had people smiling, dude.
Yeah.
They be handcuffed, fucking grass coming out of there because we had to roll in the grass. I'm looking at them like, look at us. I'm looking like 2 fucking fools right now. Grass stains everywhere. Why? Because you ain't like me.
Yeah.
I ain't do nothing to you.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, nah, you're right. And I had people tell me, well, if you weren't a cop, I'd fuck with you. Hey, you don't know me. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll fuck with it.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I appreciate it. I don't know how I got on that rant, but treating people right, like the right thing, like hospitals, bro, healthcare, fucking they exploit people, man. Like, oh, you have insurance, you ain't paying me,
Right.
this insurance company is gonna pay me. And then why are insurance premiums so high? Because they're gonna upcharge everything. It's like it's a system that feeds each other.
Yeah, and everyone's just trying to dip their hand in the pot. It's like ridiculous.
That was a good one. Free energy. How do we do that? We gotta figure that out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, here's the problem though. You start with free energy, you end up unaliving yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
That did.
You hear any of those people with the hydrogen fuel cells and all the, you know?
There was someone who created something like that, and
He unalived himself.
Yeah.
How? I don't know. Dude, I've heard stories about multiple. I'm like a big conspiracy theorist.
so am I.
So like,
Well, is it conspiracy theories when they all end up true
yeah,
eventually?
I see. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
nah, we're both dead now.
Yeah, right? Right. Especially recorded.
I will never do that to myself.
Yeah,
I
right.
want to make a note of
Yeah,
that. Even
right.
on I've had dark days,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, why the fuck am I here? Never.
Never,
So,
yeah.
make that note.
Right? Yeah.
Me
On
and
camera.
Patton unalive ourselves like
Someone did it.
facts. All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you for jumping on the podcast, bro. This is probably one of the, like, better conversations. I mean, it kind of went over. We talked about a lot of shit. So I appreciate you for coming in after work, coming in during training days, making this a priority.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
A
Thanks
lot
for
of
having
people.
me.
Anytime, brother. Anytime you want to run it back,
For sure.
we'll run it back.
Yeah, more conspiracy.
Well, dude, I
I'll
always
cook
want
some up for you.
I always want to start a segment. Like before it became the Relentless Project, it was going to be Talk That Ish.
Yeah, I like
We're
that.
talking that ish.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you want to come and talk conspiracy theories? We'll pop over some beers, bro. We're at
Yeah.
Penn Brewery at the studio, bro. My
Yeah.
studio's at Penn Brewery now. We can go
That's
downstairs,
sweet.
crack some beers, come back up, and
Yeah.
start talking
Yeah.
all kinds of
Get
shit.
hunted by the government.
Yeah. COVID.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, right?
Bro, I
dude.
appreciate you, man. I hope
Yeah.
you heal up fast, bro. I'll be praying for you and your family, especially your mom. Good conversation.
Yes, sir.
This is the one with Justin Patton. We're out. Later.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Of course.